It's time for Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
And we welcome you to year 3 of the Tyson Larson era. I'm Aaron Poling, joined by Rob Leifson, as we are all set to go for the 2024-2025 Rich Rebel High School football season. As when we come back, we will set the scene for today's action as you're watching a Rich Rebels presentation of the 2024 Rebels online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. This broadcast is brought to you by T7 Propane.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside the Union Broadcast booth as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online. Also on 98.3 KADQ, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, as it is time for your Ellingford Brothers pregame show. And for that, we're going to start with introducing my broadcast colleague of the day, Rob Leifson. Rob, how you doing? Football season, it starts in about 20 minutes, if you can believe it.
They have half as many butterflies as I do. I'm going to say they're pretty nervous because this is not what I was expecting to be doing at this time of the season. It seems like we should be in summertime still.
Absolutely. Seems like that summertime flies by. And speaking of flying, a bee was buzzing by our microphone. Sorry, tried to get that out of the way. But the Rich Rebels taking on the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. And Rob, last time these two teams got together, it was an instant classic shootout up in Ridge County.
It was, and unfortunately, the second half was not in our favor. The first half was a battle, but it's been 2 years, and I think both these teams have changed quite a bit.
Absolutely, and you know, that game was also played in under 8-man circumstances. This game is going to be under 11-man, as we apologize. I think Rob's microphone is acting a little funny, as we'll try to get that fixed. But for these two teams, it's going to be interesting to see how they start the season. We're going to go to a commercial break and try to fix that microphone as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When you have an emergency, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Open 24/7, the professional emergency room staff is trained for trauma, medical, cardiac, pediatric, orthopedic, and obstetric emergencies. Bear Lake Memorial is a critical access level 3 trauma center, offering immediate access to radiology, lab services, surgery, and internal medicine consults. The ER teams are well-trained professionals who are ready to act. When you have an emergency, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Here with Coach Tyson Larson, and Coach, it's the day, week 1. It's almost like Christmas, as Bradley Holmes put it on Facebook. What does it mean to you, year 3, week 1?
It's been fun. I've been with these kids a long time, so it's a lot of fun to get another year rolling, and they put a lot of work in. It's always fun. The kids, we had a little meeting the other day, and they just joked about how those first couple weeks of practice suck because there's nothing to look forward to aside from maybe a blue and white game that we put on, but it's a grind. And so the kids, I think, are hungry and pretty ready to get after it today.
So, Coach, you guys are in the enviable position this year of being the hunted. You guys have the targets on your back. How have the kids responded to that?
I think they've responded well so far. We'll see tonight, but I think they have bought in and they want to be they want to be noticed, right? They want to be put on the map. So I think they're going to take it and run with it.
Who are a couple kids so far in camp that really stood out to you? Obviously, you have your seniors coming back, but who are some of the younger kids that are going to make an impact on this team?
Just to mention a couple, you look at some of those junior linemen coming in. You got Cade Nelson, Easton Eborn, and Boston Jolly, and some of them got time last year, but I think they'll be a huge help on our O&D line. And some of the backs in the backfield that will help us be like Carter Grohl. He's really came to himself this year. It'll be fun to see him. And looks like, those are some of the juniors, and I'm sure there'll be some younger kids as well that I'm hoping will make a splash for us.
So you guys are starting the season off with 11-man football. It's different than the last 2 years. Do you think there's going to be any adjustments, or do you think because you're starting 11-man that's going to make it a little bit easier on the guys?
I'm hoping we tried to change up some things this year, just simplify our offense a lot just to make it easier to go back and forth because we've got a lot of kids out, and so we feel it best to still play a bunch of 11-man games because it gets more kids on the field. So in order to do that, I needed to do a better job of simplifying it. So we as a staff tried to simplify some things to where it was a little better, more interchangeable from 8 to 11-man, so there isn't such a shock when we change. So once again, we'll see how the kids adjust, but I think they're resilient, and we've hopefully made it conducive to where they can go back and forth fairly easily.
So the last time you guys played Gunnison Valley, it was in an 8-man football game. Today's going to be an 11-man game. Is there anything as a coach that makes it a little bit more of a challenge when you're studying for a team when the only film you have against them on your side is 8-man when you guys played them versus, now you see them 11-man?
Definitely lots of differences, and not only that, they have a new coach. So you can't get film on a new coach from a new team. So it's definitely interesting, and the only film we have of ours was 2 years ago, so that's also outdated. So, we tried to do some research and look some games from last year, but even then, different coach. That'll be a challenge. I'm sure there'll be some things that we'll need to adjust to today just due to the fact of I feel like we're back in junior high coaching days where you show up to a game and you know about some kids, but really you're not even sure what they're actually going to run aside from your best guesses and judgment and research you've done that might not be accurate because there's no film on it.
It's week one. What's key for you guys to get off to a good start?
We got to be aggressive. We need our kids to hit hard and block hard. And as we've told them, we need to be a violent team. Obviously between the whistles, right? Like I want our kids to be known as very respectful, very good kids. But football is a violent sport, so they need to hit harder than the other team. Flat out, I think if we can set the tone that way, then good things will happen for us.
Awesome, Coach. Appreciate your time. Thank you. I want to thank Coach Leifson for being a part of today's pregame coaches show. Brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You can count on us to care. As when we come back, we'll have some keys to today's matchup as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at t7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth as it's time for some keys to today's matchup on the Ellingford Brothers pregame show. For that, we're going to welcome Rob Leifson back into the broadcast booth. Rob?
Well, we'll see if we get a microphone that is working for us, Aaron. I would say the first key to the game would be your senior leadership. You've got a lot of experience on this Rebel team. You're bringing back 4 of the 5 top tacklers, Carter Hoffman, Samuel Leifson, Frank Weston, and Riker Hoffman. You're bringing back an experienced quarterback, Carter Hoffman, who ran for over 1,300 yards last year, completed over half his passes for 15 touchdowns. I'd say you gotta ride that wave. Second key would be 4th down conversions. That just seems to be a part of high school football now. Those 4th down stops or conversions to a 1st down are going to be important. And I'd say the second one, or the third one, would be halftime adjustments. When we met Gunnison Valley 2 years ago, it was 20-13 at the end of the first half, and then the Rebels didn't score again the rest of the game. So those adjustments at halftime are going to be key.
Speaking of adjustments, we're going to make adjustments on the microphone real quick.
In addition to the senior leadership and those 4th down conversions, halftime 2 years ago, the score was 20-13 in favor of the Bulldogs, but the Rebels never found the end zone in the second half, and I think that was due to some adjustments made by the Bulldogs. So the Rebels at halftime, you got the first game of the season, you need to take a look at what's going on and see if you need to make any adjustments.
And you got to remember, that was game 2 of this coaching staff's era, and you have to learn how to make adjustments too. And I think that's something that the Rebels have proven they're able to do. They've been a lot better in that category in the last 2 years, which would make sense as you get a coach that's a little more experienced, a little more done it a couple more times. They're going to have better adjustments as the Rebels head to the sideline. My key to today's game, do you want to come out and you want to try to establish who you are this year? That's a big thing about Game 1. Last year, the Rebels, Game 1, came out and they took care of business. It's no secret that they came out, put 35 straight points on the board, and were able to kind of establish who they were going to be in 8-man football that year. This year, you're starting with 11-man. That doesn't mean you can't establish physicality. In fact, 11-man football is a little more suited for the physicality I think that the Rebels want to really try to establish here today.
Looks like the captains are just coming out to the field. Aaron for the coin toss.
For like once in my career, Rob, I might be able to catch who's actually going to kick, who's going to receive. Let's go and talk about the Bulldogs from Gunnison Valley. Under center, it's going to be Talon Dyring. And, you know, we talked about the game 2 years ago, Rob. This could be a completely different offense for Gunnison Valley, or it could be something very similar. Haven't really seen much, and that's something with a new coaching staff that you kind of go in, I don't want to say a little bit blind, but you don't know a ton about what they're going to run, especially week 1.
Well, I would expect Gunnison Valley to be more run-heavy versus pass, but that's just tradition.
And you remember back to 8-man, they loaded all 8 players in the backfield, and they were going to run the ball. And that's something, let's see if that's what they are trying to do here. It looked like, obviously in warm-ups, you can't really tell what an offense is going to do. They're going through all of their plays, but they're throwing it a little bit around during warm-ups. But for the Rebels, simplified offense this year. They're going to try to simplify their 11-man offense, make it a little bit easier going back and forth, just because it won't be like last year where they had 3 straight games of 8-man, then the rest were 11. They're going to have to bounce back and forth a couple of times. That's really going to test the mental strength of this Rebels team.
Yeah, they get the 11-man this week and then a couple of 8-man before they switch back to 11-man.
As they are going over the opening procedures as we are about ready to start Game 1 of the 2024 season, about 3 minutes away from the scheduled kickoff. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come right back after this. You're watching T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as on 98.3 KADQ, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When you have an emergency, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Open 24/7, the professional emergency room staff is trained for trauma, medical, cardiac, pediatric, orthopedic, and obstetric emergencies. Bear Lake Memorial is a critical access level 3 trauma center, offering immediate access to radiology, lab services, surgery, and internal medicine consults. The ER teams are well-trained professionals who are ready to act when you have an emergency. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome back as we head into a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. As we wrap up our Ellingford Brothers pregame show, we're going to head to our live cam as we are about ready to go. Rebels will kick, Rob, as you know I like this. I think the Rebels typically would want to put their defense on the field first, so things starting well in the opening flip, but you got to continue that trend going throughout.
This is one of the things that they have debated this year in practice, Aaron, whether or not you use some of your starters on special teams versus bringing some of the what we would call a JV players in, and it looks like they're going to go with the JV version. We'll see if that continues throughout the year.
Yeah, it helps get some of the kids into the game. Also helps get those kids ready to go for when they're called on, you know, offense versus defense. They're able to make plays, as it'll be Dylan Fonsbeck to kick it away. So we are about ready to roll here from Gunnison Valley. Rebels starting on the road, as it'll be a road-heavy schedule this year for the Rebels. As a sideline, they're starting to get going. As you can feel the momentum as Fonsbeck has his hand in the air, waiting on the whistle. As we get the whistle, Fonsbeck approaches the ball. And the 2024 Rich Rebel football season underway as it's fielded at the 10-yard line, cut back up the middle as this is 22. Houston McDonald as he's going to get all the way out across the 35 before he's taken down at about the 37-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Here comes that Rebel defense for the first time this year. We'll see that Gunnison Valley offense for the first time. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on about the 38-yard line. They're going to come out. Line stacked heavy to the left as it's Talon Dyring, the quarterback for this Gunnison Valley team. They're going to send a man in motion from left to right, give it to him on the end around, cuts upfield for he's hauled down out across the 40 to about the 43 as that was Perry in on the stop. Hudson Perry, that is. Sophomore makes the first play of the year on defense for the Rebels. They'll bring up 2nd down and about 5 for this Gunnison offense.
Little changes in the defensive side of the ball for the Rebels, Aaron. You've got Hudson Perry playing that strong safety in place of Carter Hoffman from last year.
2 backs in the backfield, heavy line, 1 receiver split out each way. Tyring under center. Gets the snap. They're going to send a man in motion. This time it's handed up the gut as wrapped up, taken down. Couple of Rebels in all over that tackle, including Dylan Fonsbeck with the initial contact. He's fired up, ready to go. They'll bring up 3rd down at about 5.
You're using Carter now as a middle linebacker along with Carter Grohl, and you've added Riker Hoffman still in his typical spot as the safety.
As we apologize, is trying to find some names on the Gunnison Valley roster as they don't have a 44 on the roster we have, as we'll try to find out in the press box. But more importantly, 3rd down and 5 as this Rebels defense looks to get off the field early. They're going to stack the line heavy to the left side. 2 backs in the backfield. Tyring under center. Sends a man in motion. That's Dylan Dyrig. He's going to keep, going to throw. Looking to throw. Throws over the middle. That pass will fall incomplete. Rebels will force a 4th down early on in this one as it's decision time for the Bulldogs. Looks like they're going to bring their punting unit on. As the Rebels defense, Rob, first set of the season, they look great.
Little play action there. I had the Rebels scrambling, but the pass was too strong.
Back deep to return for the Rebels, Daniel Smith, the senior. He'll stand in front of his own 20-yard line at about the 23. Back deep to punt is number 17, Ramiro Mendoza. Gets the snap. Boot is away as it's going to be fielded at about the 25. It's muffed. Smith can't fall on, and it looks like the Bulldogs have it. It'll depend on the referee's spot. Oh, they're going to give it to the Rebels as Smith was able to wrestle it back. Looked like a couple of Bulldogs had a hand on it, but, you know, Daniel Smith, making up for his own error, is able to wrestle it back. Rebels avoid disaster there.
That would not be the way you want to start your offense, but we'll take it over on the 29-yard line of the Rebels.
First look at this Rebels offense here in the 2024 season. As Carter Hoffman, the senior, will be the signal caller. He's going to start in the gun. Hudson Perry to his left. Bunch formation here down to the left side as they got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Whistle has Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap. He's going to run it to his left. Cuts to the outside out across the 30, lowers his shoulder, and rolls forward for an additional 2 yards. A 4-yard pickup on 1st and 10 brings up 2nd and 6 for the Rebel offense.
Tackle made by number 5 from the Bulldogs, but we don't have him on our roster either, Aaron.
As we'll try to find the players. 2nd down and 5. Hoffman under center. Hudson Perry, the deep back. He's got 2 receivers each way. Gets the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, keeping himself around the left side. Cuts to the outside, makes a man miss. Out across the 40. Good enough for a Rebels first down as he's hauled down at about the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Rebels.
You're going to see a heavy dose of Carter Hoffman this year, Aaron. We already mentioned he ran for 1,300 yards last year, and that is the bread and butter.
He's able to do it with both his legs and his arm, as there will be questions for this Rebels offense on the receiving side. How do they replace Jaden Desch? I think they're going to do it more by committee versus one player. 2 receivers each side. Hoffman in the gun. He's looking to throw. Looks left. Fires. Has a man out there. It's caught by Riker Hoffman just shy of the 50-yard line. He's hauled down at the 49, as it'll be 2nd down and about 4. As Riker's slow to get up, he'll make his way to the sideline. 2nd and 4.
Nice little swing pass, and that gets your quarterback with a little bit of confidence as you start a season.
Ooh. Riker's over on the bench. He had a shoulder injury last year. I think that's where his arm went to. That'll be unfortunate for him, as he's battled hard to get back in time for football season. Carter Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap. He's going to run it to the left. Cuts back up the middle. Nothing really doing there as the Bulldogs sniffed that one out. Tackle made by big number 72, Tyrus Roberts.
Little high snap there for Carter to handle, which I think made that one a little bit tougher than maybe it was designed to be.
3rd down and 4. Rebels have to get the ball to the Gunnison Valley 48-yard line. And, Rob, if we know anything about this Rebels team, this is probably 2-down territory.
Yeah, we talked about 4th down conversions in the pregame show. That's just something that has become a regular routine.
Send a man in motion. That's Leifson. Goes from left to right across the formation. He's going to come back down towards the camera as Hoffman gets the snap. He's going to hand to Weston on a Statue of Liberty play. Cuts up the middle, makes a man miss at the 45, and nearly escapes. If it wasn't for a shoestring tackle there by Landry Edwards, Drake Weston is gone. A little bit of trickery on 3rd and 4 for the Rebels.
Little Statue of Liberty play, like the classic call.
And little referring to the back getting the ball. I'm just kidding. Drake Weston gets his first run of the season. You have to imagine he's going to be a weapon for this offense. And, Rob, you know, we joke about his height, but sometimes you get behind those big offensive linemen, you can get lost, and a play like that is where Drake's going to excel. 1st and 10 Rebels, ball placed on the 36-yard line as they're going to hand to Leifson, breaks a tackle in the backfield, cuts it up the field, runs forward for about 8 before he's tripped up by a shoestring tackle from the Bulldogs. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2. And, Rob, we've seen a couple of different things here from this Rebels offense early on.
Now they're going to try to use that speed. You've got Drake and Hudson Perry and Samuel Leifson that have all got speed. They're part of that 4x1 team from the track season.
3 receivers right. Back in the backfield's Perry. Pistol formation for Hoffman. Gets the snap. Rolls to his right. As he's looking to throw, he's going to keep this one out across the 35-yard line. Should be enough for the first down as Hoffman will move the sticks with his legs. 1st and 10 Rebels, ball placed on about the 28-yard line.
And I would say, Aaron, that's a little bit more of a sign of Carter's experience. That's got to help when you get in situations like that. Maybe an inexperienced quarterback doesn't know what to do, but Carter looks at the sticks. He knows what he's got to do to get a first down and flip those chains.
First possession on offense for the Rebels here in the first quarter. They have 1st and 10 on the Gunnison Valley 28-yard line. Hoffman under center in the I formation. Deep back is Perry. So they're going to hand to him around the right side, make that Weston, as he cuts up the field. He's ran into there after a gain of 5. Pretty good licking laid on by a couple of Bulldogs. As that's going to be a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5 for the Rebels as we are just underway here in the first quarter. Thank you for joining us as Rob. It's such a great time. High school football is back, and it's just awesome to start spending Fridays at the football field again.
Yes, it is. Gets rid of those butterflies after we've had a few series going on.
Trips to the left as Hoffman gets the snap. He's going to roll that way. Looking to throw, turns his shoulders, fires. That ball is in the air, and it is nearly intercepted as Caden Whitlock, I think if you could have that one back, would wish for that one back, as that was a gift that falls harmlessly to the turf.
I didn't see who got his arm, but it looks like Carter was hit as he tried to release that one. It was rolling to his left, and he had to turn around to throw that back across the field.
They'll bring up 3rd down and about 6. Ball has to get to the 19-yard line for a Rebels first down, and If it was 2 down territory at midfield, Rob, you have to imagine, and this is nothing against the kicker, Fonsbeck, but I think this is where the Rebels want to establish that we're going to go for it when we can.
Yep, took the words right out of my mouth, Aaron.
3 receivers to the right, Hoffman in the gun. Gets a snap, drops back to throw. Sets, steps, fires towards the end zone as Smith collides with a couple of players, and there's the flag as we're going to get, I believe, defensive pass interference as Smith kind of got sandwiched between 2 players. And the key to that one, Rob, if it is a defensive pass interference call, is that Daniel Smith kept his legs moving instead of stopping.
Yeah, it just blocking his accessibility to the ball is what's going to be the problem there. Not that the ball was catchable, but
yeah, they're talking this one over. As we assume it's defensive pass interference, just kind of on the play. We haven't gotten a preliminary indication yet. Yeah, it's against the defense, as they call that.
Pass interference penalty on the Bulldogs.
Brody Brock, I think, is the one they're going to flag on that one, number 7.
And that's unfortunate for Brock. I thought he was in pretty good position. They just kind of collided there. The Rebels will get the fruits of the labor on that penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line. Make it the 12. Rebels in the eye. As Hoffman gets the snap, he's going to hand to Perry. Up the gut, cuts out across the left. Can't quite escape as Hudson Perry had a spot. He's going to go down after about 7 yards as it'll be about 2nd and 3 from the 5-yard line. Rebels can get a first down on their way to the goal line.
Yeah, just a little bit before the goal line, you can still get a first down.
It's a pretty good run there from Hudson Perry. He lowered his shoulders. Last year, they used him a lot more as an explosive around the outside guy there. This year, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. A sophomore, obviously, now a little more mass to him as he was able to lower his shoulders, head towards the end zone up the middle. So snap, they'll give it to Perry around the left side again, as this time he's wrapped up, hauled down. Nice play in the backfield by Knightley Childs, as that'll be, Perry got back to the line of scrimmage, as it'll be 3rd down and about 4 left to go for the Rebels offense on the 6-yard line.
Knightley Child is one of the standout players from last year for the Bulldogs, Aaron. I'm surprised we haven't called his name yet.
That was a tremendous play out of the backfield, off the side. It was the same play the Rebels had ran previously. Lone back is Carter Grohl, as Hoffman's going to keep it around the left side, looking to get the edge. Gets the edge, touchdown, Rebels, as Carter Hoffman opens the scoring this year for the Rich County Rebels, and who else would you expect, as he kept that one around the left side. 6-yard touchdown run makes it 6-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
I lost track of the number of plays, Aaron, but that is an impressive opening drive.
And clock did not stop much throughout that drive. As not sure what the plan is here, but the Rebels coming out. Carter Hoffman has the tee. They have about 7 players to each side of the field. As I don't imagine they're going to snap the ball to Carter Hoffman without people blocking in front of him. And they don't. They're going to go for the extra point as Fonsbeck runs to his position to kick. But you see what the defense does there, and maybe you can take advantage of that later in the game. Snap good, hold good, kick on the way, and it is through as Dylan Fonsbeck puts the exclamation point on the Rebels' opening drive of the season. 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard as when we come back. Rebels will be on defense as you're watching T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Welcome back to a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. 4:35 left to go in the first quarter. Rebels on top, 7-0 after a very impressive drive, both defensively and offensively to start the game. Fonsbeck lines up ready to kick it away. As he approaches, ball is in the air, end over end. Fielded at the 20-yard line. It's on the ground. As it's loose, we'll see who comes up with it. Still on the ground. It'll depend on the official on the far side, as it looks like the Bulldogs were able to fall on top of that, Rob. Early on, both teams have avoided disaster on special teams.
Yeah, I would say if we had a key number 4, it would have been special teams, because that's something you don't do a whole lot of in practice early on in the season, Aaron. You're trying to figure out the defense and the offense. Special teams doesn't get a lot of time in the practice.
Good effort by Aiden Weston as he tried to dive on it a couple of times. It kept getting loose. That'll push the Bulldogs back to their own 25-yard line. As they'll start 1st and 10. As Soren Jensen, deep back, make that Knightley Childs the deep back. We'll send a man in motion. That's Braxton Pickett. They're going to give to Childs around the right. They're going to make that Pickett, excuse me. As you can see, Rob, right there, the motion of this offense and the many man that you can give it to could cause a little confusion on the defense as well as the broadcast team.
You get a guy in motion and you get a couple fake handoffs, you never know who's going to end up with it.
Yeah, discipline will be key for this Rebels defense as they gave up 5 on the first play in the first defensive possession. They're able to stand tall after that. Dyring under center. As Knightley Childs, the back in the backfield. They're going to send him in motion. They'll switch out as Whitlock goes to the back. Another man in motion. As they're going to give it around the outside, cut back up the middle as he rumbles forward out across the 35-yard line. Good enough for a first down, as that was Caden Whitlock.
Yeah, finished off by number 28, Hudson Perry. Looked like Carter Hoffman had a little hand in that tackle, as well as Dylan Fonsbeck.
And right there, Rob, that's the motion that this offense can bring to you, and why you have to really be disciplined as a defense to be able to stop this offense, just because there's so many men just running around that you have to stay put, because there could be someone coming your way that you didn't expect. Dyring under center. Whitlock is a lone back. They send a man in motion. They're going to give it to him. He cuts back to the middle of the field. He's hauled down by a couple of Red Devils, but not after a 3-yard gain.
We'll make those Rebels. I think that's J.J. Chandler who takes care of him to begin with.
That was Dylan Dyring with the run. And one thing that this Gunnison Valley team they're doing as well, Rob, is they're rotating players in and out each play, as it's a good way to keep a team fresh in a 92-degree weather day. It'll be interesting to see how often the Rebels have practiced in weather this hot, let alone play in their careers.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of 7 to 10 in the morning.
Dyring under center. Whitlock, the deep back. Send a man in motion. It's Coates, as they're going to give to Coates around the left side. He's got some room as he's out across the 45. Hauled down. Nice tackle there by Sam Leifson in the open field. But good enough for a Gunnison Valley first down. But if Leifson doesn't make that tackle, Rob, he could still be running.
Well, I got to give a shout out to Sam. It is his 18th birthday today, Aaron. So we sang a little happy birthday to him on the bus and gave him one of his preferred refreshments. Let's put it that way.
1st and 10, ball placed at midfield. Gunnison Valley looking to respond with 2:17 left to go here in the first quarter. Rebels on top, 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As these two teams, Rob, they like to run the ball. As you got to imagine possessions, they'll be at a premium in this contest. So if you can force a turnover, especially on defense, that's a big play. This is Soren Jensen in the backfield. They send a man in motion. They're going to give to Jensen. Make that Childs up the gut as he's chopped down after about a half-yard gain. They'll bring up 2nd down and 10. As we're going to get an injury timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On In, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On In, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On In is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On In.
Welcome back inside. Welcome back to a T7 Propane presentation of the the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Second and 10 for their Bulldogs on the 50-yard line. Has to get the ball to the Rich 40 for a first down.
We'll give that last tackle credit to Boston Jolly, number 55, Aaron.
Bulldogs come out. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. It's Whitlock, the back in the backfield. Send a man in motion as they're going to give around the outside. As it's a race to the sideline, as Grohl does a great job pushing him out of bounds after a gain of about 1. They'll bring up 3rd down and 9 as Carter Grohl with a huge play there.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with his speed. Not to give away anything later on in the season, Aaron, but defensive coordinator Lex Cornea said he was going to shoot some linebackers and some corners on the edge to try to mess up some things in the backfield.
One thing the Rebels defensive ends have to do a little bit better of a job doing, obviously you couldn't really game plan for this, as they like to use that end around, and they've used it to some pretty good success. I think the 2-yard or the 3-yard gain off that one was their shortest run on an end around play so far. So the Rebels defensive ends got to do a little bit better job of forcing that the ball carrier back up the field. In the gun comes a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. Here comes a throw as Carter Hoffman can't make the tackle. It's swatted up in the air, incomplete. Huge play there by big number 55. Boston Jolly swats it out of the air as the Rebels will force a 4th down and about 7 as a decision time for the Bulldogs here.
And that would be that pressure that defensive coordinator Lex Cornea talked about. Sends Carter on a complete all-out blitz, and credit the defense for following up, not saying, Carter's got him, let's follow him in, and that's how you get the deflection.
Romero Mendoza out on the field. Looks like punt formation. Bulldogs kind of putting their hands in the air. Back deep to return is Drake Weston, as we're going to get a timeout called by the Bulldogs as they're going to take their time to get the punt right, as with 1:23 left to go in the first quarter. Rebels looking to get the ball back here on 4th down. You're watching a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels.
Welcome back to a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. Listening in on 98.3 KADQ. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network as Weston retreats back to his own 15. Mendoza back deep to punt. Mendoza gets the snap. Punt is away as it's a roller in the air. It's going to land and take a Rebels bounce at the 25 all the way back to the 25-yard line as it landed at the 20. Rolled back where the Rebels will take over 1st and 10 from the 25. And Rob, so far if you're the Rebels, I don't know if you could draw it up any better than it started.
Yeah, the offense really was very smooth. I didn't see any negative plays in that opening drive, and that is a credit to some practice and getting some repetition.
And now here's where it becomes a little bit different for the Rebels offense, a little off script. Typically you script out maybe your first drive, first 15 plays. Let's see if the Rebels respond here. It's a big opportunity to go up 2 scores, Rob, early on in this one. Hoffman in the gun. He's got trips to the left. 1 receiver right. As they're going to move a couple more receivers. As Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap, looking to throw. He's going to roll to his left, steps up in the pocket. He's going to tuck this one and run. As he's in trouble, able to get some room. Cuts back at the 30, makes a man miss all the way out to the 35-yard line. As he got a block there. Looked like from Dylan Fonsbeck coming back to help spring that run as it's close to the first down marker. It'll be about a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the Rebel 34-yard line.
Again, I think that's just experience from Carter. Maybe in past years he would have tossed that one somewhere, but he knows what he can do with his legs.
2nd and 1. Rebels break the huddle. They send 3 receivers to the right. Back in the backfield's Carter Grohl. As Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap. Rolls to his right, looking to throw. Steps, throws, looking for a man downfield. Has Weston as that ball is going to fall. Incomplete. As Drake Weston had a couple of steps on his defender. Just couldn't connect there, but Rob on 2nd and short. It's a great time to go long right there.
Yeah, nice play call from the offensive coordinator. And again, plenty of room, and when you roll out like that, defense took a little bite on it, and you had Drake behind the secondary.
Well, Rob, 3rd and 1, you have to imagine if the play goes forward, this could be 2-down territory. We've seen the Rebels be more aggressive than that before. It'll be interesting to see if they get there, but they're going to try to pick this up here on 3rd and 1. Hoffman in the gun, Grohl to his right, 3 receivers to the left. As Hoffman gets the snap, he's going to run to his right, cuts back up the field, makes a man miss, still on his feet, still going, as he's got plenty for the first down. As Rob, it looked like the Bulldogs had him contained, as Hoffman uses his leg to make some magic, picks up 6 on the play, needed 1. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Rebel 39-yard line.
And another Rebel first down.
It was a great play there from Carter, as it looked like they had him wrapped up, maybe about a half-yard short. As the Rebels were trying to switch footballs, they're going to send Traxton Chandler right back, as it looks like the Rebels have to keep the ball.
That's the end of the first quarter.
As the end of the quarter, Rebels on top, 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today.
Welcome back inside a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network as we get ready to go here. In the second quarter of action, it'll be 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 39-yard line. They lead 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Rob, we only had 3 full possessions in that first quarter. Possession will be at a premium here throughout the contest.
Yeah, without a lot of incomplete passes and without a lot of passing, the clock keeps rolling.
Hoffman in the gun. I think he's awaiting official word. Nope, gets the snap, looking to throw. Rolls to his right, he's going to tuck it and wrapped up. Hauled down in the backfield. Loss of about 7 on the play, as that's a big play for the defensive line of this Bulldogs team. As it'll bring up 2nd down at about 15 for the Rebels. First time they've been behind the sticks. See what they come up with here.
I'd say we give a little bit of credit on that one. Number 73, Wrigley Crouch.
Hoffman in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Sends a man in motion. It's Leifson. Gets the snap, looking to throw. Drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Has time. Fires. Has Hudson Perry at the 40. Makes the catch. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Out across the 45 to about the 50. And he's hauled down into Bulldog territory. Hudson Perry with enough for the first down. What a play there from the sophomore.
Yeah, nice cut back to the center of the field to get the first down.
It's a huge play on 2nd down and long. Not only for Hoffman not forcing the ball downfield, he finds Perry, gives one of his guys an opportunity, and Hudson Perry pays it off. I think that's going to be something this offense does. Just get the ball into some of your weapons and let them go to work. You could be very successful. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Gunnison Valley 47-yard line. Carter Hoffman in the gun. Carter Grohl in the backfield next to him. Trips to the right, one receiver left. Hoffman gets the snap. He's going to hand a Grohl up the middle as he is wrapped up and immediately hauled down. Great play there.
Tyrus Roberts, number 72.
I believe that was Isaac Meller, number 88, who grabbed him as well. Great play there by the interior line of the Bulldogs, 2nd and 10. Well, they're going to give Grohl 2 yards on forward progress as he's able to fall forward on the play. And sometimes as a back, Rob, that's the best thing you can do is just try to hold on to the ball, fall forward, see if you can pick yourself up a couple of yards, because 2nd and 8 looks a little bit better than 2nd and 10.
Absolutely.
What the Rebels face with 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, Hoffman in the gun. Grohl the back next to him as Carter Hoffman's going to take it up the middle. He's wrapped up. That ball, he got a little loose with it there, but he's able to haul it in. That would be a loss of 2, brings up 3rd and 10.
And number 73, Wrigley Crouch, again on the stop for the Bulldogs.
He's made some really good plays for this Bulldogs team. Now 3rd and long, first time for the Rebels offense. They have faced 3rd and long here. Ball placed at the Bulldog 47-yard line. They have to get to the 37 for a first down. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hoffman in the gun, gets the snap, rolls to his left, looking to throw, sets, wanted to fire, can't fire, is going to run to the outside, makes a man miss at about the 40s. He's going to pick up some extra yards as you'll make that maybe a tougher decision for this Rebels offense as he picks up 7 on the play. Make that 6, excuse me.
Up to the 42 of the Bulldogs.
As it'll be 4th down and 5. Does not look like there's any hesitation. Rebels to the line. 4th down and 5. Hoffman in the gun. So he looks over the sideline as we're going to get timeout called. They were trying to get the Bulldog defense to jump. There was a little wiggle, but nothing ever crossed the line. As it's going to be a timeout. A 4th and 5 coming up for the Rebels offense as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. Listening in on 98.3 KDQ, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth as the Rebels hit the field. Carter Hoffman under center. 4th down and about 5. Have to get to the Bulldog 37. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hoffman gets the snap. They're going to hand to Perry around the end as he hits the right side, cuts it upfield, and that should be enough for a Rebels first down. Indeed it is, as Hudson Perry lowered the shoulder, got upfield in a hurry, and the Rebels pick it up with a little bit of trickery there.
We talked about the 4th down conversions in the pregame show, Aaron, and that is, it just seems to be the natural flow of the game in high school now, especially if you're on the other side of the 50.
Yeah, and that's big for not only your defense, but if your offense and carrying that momentum of what was a pretty good drive. Now you can make it an even better drive. As Hoffman directing traffic as he sends a couple receivers to the right, couple receivers to the left. Grohl in the backfield to his right. Hoffman in the gun. Sends a man in motion. It's Weston. As they're going to hand to Weston on the end around to the left side of the line. Cuts back upfield, makes a man miss. Still on his feet as he ricochets off a Bulldog defender. Corrals forward for another 3 yards as Drake Weston running tough there. Picks up 13. Another Rebels first down.
Kept those legs moving, and that was another nice cut back towards the center of the field to get that first down.
It looked like he was going to go down, but he ran smack dab in the back of one of the Bulldog defenders, and it kind of helped propel him for a couple more yards. It's good balance there from Drake Weston. Right there, Rob. Another example of how you can hide Drake behind the line of scrimmage. You get those big guys up front. They stand up straight. Drake Weston's hard to find, and he's able to pay it off there. Couple receivers right, couple receivers left. Hoffman in the gun. They're going to send a man in motion. It's Leifson. They're going to fake the jet sweep as Hoffman looks to throw, fires, and that is incomplete as Carter Hoffman is being hit as he threw the ball. Leifson was there to smack it down as that ball over the middle is dangerous when you overthrow your receiver.
Yeah, that's a dangerous location to be throwing that ball, but that was really, I think, his only option on that play.
If they could have gotten about a split second more, Leifson was breaking open. But, Hoffman had to get rid of the ball instead of taking the sack. That's also part of maturing as a senior quarterback, is understanding that you have to get the ball out. He's able to do so there. Leifson kind of swatted it down, trying to reach out for the one-hand grab. I'll bring up 2nd and 10, I formation. Leifson the deep back. A couple receivers to the left. As they're going to fake the handoff, Hoffman rolls to the right. He's able to break a tackle, still on his feet, continues rolling right, looking to throw, fires, and that is caught by Carter Grohl as he leaped up, made the play. As Hoffman was getting close to the line, no flags on the play, as what a catch there from Carter Grohl to move the sticks as he had to jump up, ward off a defender, hauls it in, and sometimes as a quarterback you need your receivers to make a play. Grohl did right there.
And it's going to be 1st and goal.
1st and goal from about the 6-yard line. Rebels looking to punch in their 2nd score of the game. They're on top 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Don't adjust your TVs at home. That's as far as we can get on that corner of the end zone.
Hoffman in the gun. Grohl to his right. He's got receivers both ways as Hoffman's going to keep it to the right side, cuts up the middle, navigates his way through, dives forward as he will be into the end zone for a touchdown according to the near side official. As Hoffman with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, this one from 6 yards out, puts the Rebels on top 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard pending the extra point. It's another play right there, Rob, with Carter Hoffman. We've talked about it all game, just his senior leadership and understanding that this play was meant to go to the outside. There was no hole there. Found a hole up the middle, was able to try to make something out of nothing. Instead makes magic, turns it into a touchdown. Rebels come out with about 7 players to the left side, as I think the Rebels are just trying to see how Gunnison Valley defends it. As Hoffman looks over to the sideline, gets the snap, he's going to run, cuts up the field, dives forward.
Going to depend on where he put his knee down.
They're going to say he's in for the 2-point conversion as the Rebels go on top 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As when we come back, we'll have the rest of the 2nd quarter for you as you're watching T7 Propane presentation of the Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Rebels on top 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. But Rob, doesn't mean it's time to celebrate. The very similar start to how these two teams played the first time up.
Yep, and unfortunately, once you go past 10, Aaron, I have to take my shoes off. But that's got to be another 15-play drive for the Rebels to put that in the end zone. One negative play on that one is Hoffman was sacked late in that drive.
Yeah, it was all erased on the Hudson Perry scamper up the middle after the catch. And, it's one of those things where the Rebels so far in this contest, they're getting the ball into their best athletes' hands, Rob, and the best athletes on your team are making it work.
Dylan Fonsbeck ready to kick off another one. Last time, the special teams of the Bulldogs had a little trouble with the handle, and it was a loose ball.
Looks like it's Daxton Knutson and Waylon Sorensen back deep to return as the kick is short, as it'll bounce around, falling on. Nicely done there by Ryder Coates. As right before the kickoff, Rob, I don't know if you noticed, the Bulldogs switched Coates into there. I don't know if they saw something that maybe tipped them off or just Coach's hunch, but Coates very calmly right there fields the ground ball where the Bulldogs will take over at their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, the Bulldogs start on their own 37 and their own 25. The first possession was a 3-and-out. Last possession, a nice drive, but ended in a punt.
Here come the Bulldogs offense. They break the huddle. Dyring under center. Has Whitlock in the backfield behind him. A couple tight ends on that right side of the formation. As Dyring sends a man in motion, it's Pickett. As we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, we got some offensive movement on the left side of the line. Unfortunately, Deegan Hill is going to be guilty of illegal procedure.
We'll back him up 5. It'll be first.
Second penalty of the ball game, correct, Aaron?
That would be correct. That is the second penalty for 20 yards as the first one was a pass interference against the Bulldog defense. Rebels play pretty disciplined so far, Rob. Haven't committed a penalty yet, and that's one thing that Coach Larson really wanted to emphasize is staying disciplined but yet playing physical. Dyring under center. Sends a man in motion. It's Pickett. As he's going to throw, rolls right, looking to throw, fires. That ball deflected, is going to fall into the grass as Jet Holmes, I think, is going to be called for roughing the passer right after we talked about the Rebels playing discipline.
Broadcaster jinx right there, Aaron. That's all I can say.
Jet Holmes coming on a backside blitz, got a little too happy to see the number of the quarterback hit him a little bit late, as this one's probably going to be roughing the passer. If I had to take a guess, indeed it is.
Yep. I could see him blitzing from that backside, and it looked like he was getting close. And that's when you just got to lay off.
Yeah, it'll be first down. To imagine probably where the first down marker is right now before they adjust it. So the ball will go to the Bulldog 47. As Rebels a little undisciplined there. And that's a learning experience. You know, this is first game of the season. You just get happy to see the quarterback's numbers, and maybe you don't see him throw it, but you have to let off, as you have to understand that they are going to try to protect quarterbacks, especially from late hits. Dyring under center, sends a man in motion. They're going to hand to that man in motion. That is Knutson around the left side as he's wrapped up, hauled down, taken by Perry and Holmes.
Jet comes away with the football, but the referee says it was blown dead.
We'll bring up second down and about 6 for the Bulldog offense. And, you know, I do believe that is the right call as he was down. And then also back to the roughing the passer. That, unfortunately, is the correct call in that situation. You love to see the aggressiveness out of your players, but you have to rein it in a little bit, and I'm sure that's going to get cleaned up as the season goes along, Rob. First game jitters, sometimes that happens.
Absolutely.
Dyring under center. 3 receivers to the right. Back in the backfield. Dyring gets the snap. He's going to throw quickly, but we get a whistle on the play. As unless this is a timeout call or a penalty, I think the Bulldogs are going to be upset because they had numbers to that right-hand side.
Another legal procedure on the Bulldogs. Their third penalty of the ball game.
Oh, back them up 5. As it'll bring up second down and about 13. But we're going to get a timeout called by the Rebels first. We're going to keep it right here. Aaron Poling and Rob Leifson bringing you a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. So that should bring up second down and about. They have it at 2nd and 15, which I don't think would be right. I think it would be about second and 13 somewhere in there, just because they did pick up yards on the first down.
Do you want the good news or the bad news, Aaron?
I'm a negative guy. Let's go bad news first.
Unfortunately, the Lady Rebels started their volleyball season with a 3-0 loss to the Manila Mustangs. The good news is the JV swept the Mustangs.
And other action around Rich County.
Lady Rebels will be in action at the Cokeville tournament next week, correct?
I think the Cokeville tournament's in 2 weeks.
Is it in 2 weeks? I'm trying to get ahead of myself.
They do play.
Oh, that's right. They get South Summit next week.
Yes.
That's correct. That is correct.
As it'll be a home doubleheader between the football team and the volleyball team. Awaiting the times for football, because football right now says starting at 6, and I I don't think we're going to start a game at 6 at Rich High School until the new field is done.
No, that was dreaming that the football field would be done. And they're still crossing their fingers and shaking their rabbit's foot so that they can get it ready for homecoming. But the game versus Altamont next week will be on the old field.
If I had to throw a timeout, let's start that one at 1. That way folks can go to both the football and volleyball game, including ourselves. 2nd down and 14 coming up for the Bulldogs. As they have trips to the right. Before that penalty was called, Rob, they tried a bubble screen, and it looked like they had numbers to the outside. For the Rebel defense, be ready for that, and I think that's part of what the Rebels want to talk about with that timeout. 7 minutes, 6 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Back to throw is Tyring, fires over the middle. It is caught in the middle of the field as it's big number 80, Landry Edwards, who makes the catch at the 35, rumbles forward to about the 37-yard line. As he caught that ball at the 45, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Pretty good play there as they threw it on 2nd and long.
Got a line change there on the front line for the Rebels. Daniel Smith, number 16, and Jet Holmes, number 6, on the tackle for the Rebels.
1st and 10, Bulldogs looking to respond. It is 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As the clock winds to 6:47 left to go here in the second quarter. Just try to keep you as updated as possible on the clock. Just hard to see from our angle. Just can't see the lights. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Tyring under center, sends a man in motion. It's Knutson. As he hands to him on the end around. As he's looking to get to the outside, flag's going to fly as Knutson's pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
We're either going to get a hold or a legal block in the back there on the right-hand side of the offensive line for the Bulldogs, I think, Aaron.
Yeah, Hudson Perry came streaking through. And was slowed down.
Carter Grohl pushing the running back out of bounds on that one, showing some speed.
Should be 10 yards from the spot. I think they're asking the Rebels if they want to accept it or decline it. But I imagine they're not taking 2nd and 2 over what's going to be 1st and 20.
Yeah, hold on the outside edge.
Hey, give Hudson Perry some credit. You don't get penalties called if your feet are flat and you're not moving your feet. He's moving his feet upfield there and caused the Bulldogs, a lineman or receiver out there, to reach and grab. They'll bring up 1st and 20. Last time they were backed up in a long distance, to go. This Bulldogs team, they threw it over the middle, so if you're the Rebels, be ready for that. Tyring sends a man in motion. They're going to hand to Pickett around the left side as he is wrapped up, taken down, as Carter Grohl comes over to finish off a great play by Hudson Perry as he forced him back upfield. They'll bring up 2nd down and about 21.
Yeah, it's always nice when you get a running back in the backfield, and that was enough to let Hudson come in and finish it off with Carter Hoffman, number 8.
No, you're right. The first time was Grohl finishing it off. Perry with the
stop there. Okay,
play.
Thank you.
Sometimes on defense, that's doing your job, is forcing that back to the middle of the field, just so that way the rest of your defense can rally and make the tackle. That's a good job understanding what your job is on that play from Hudson Perry. They'll bring up 2nd down and 22. Tyring under center. He's going to drop back to pass, looking to throw as he's pressured. Fires over the middle, deflected in the air, picked off by Leifson as he's out across the 45 to the 48. Rebels defense forces the turnover. Give credit to big number 58, Jordan Johnson, in with some pressure, forced the throw, deflected in the air as Leifson cleans it up. It'll be 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 48-yard line.
We'll give that to him as a birthday present. How about that, Aaron?
Happy birthday, Sam Leifson, as he sets the Rebels offense just shy of midfield, up 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Maybe premature to mention this, Aaron, but you're going to get the kickoff in the second half.
5:29 left to go in the second quarter. Once again, we talked about earlier, still no time to celebrate yet, as it's been just under 2 years since the last time these two teams played. Gunnison Valley was able to come back. Hoffman looking to throw, steps up, fires to the sideline, had a man as it's caught by Weston. Did he stay in bounds? No, he did not, as Weston did a good job. We got a flag in the backfield, though. Weston was able to catch the ball around the defender. Pretty good defense there from the defensive back Coates.
And I apologize. We've got limited space up here. I was not able to get that one on camera. I'm wondering if we got a hold on the offensive line, which would have negated the catch anyway.
Probably going to back him up 10 yards. Indeed, they're going to accept.
Second penalty on the Rebels so far in the ball game.
We 1st and 20. And holds happen, especially in the first game of the season. You don't want to allow a free rusher to drill your quarterback in the back. So I think that's a penalty you can live with. It's not necessarily discipline. It's not a lack of discipline on that play. It just happens sometimes when you're in the trenches. It'll bring up 1st and 20 as the Rebels offense with some work to do. They have to get the ball all the way to the Gunnison Valley 43-yard line for a first. Hoffman gets the snap. Throws it to the right. It's Holmes. Double pass. Steps up looking to throw. It's underthrown as Smith trying to go back to the ball. It's going to fall incomplete as Smith wants the flag there. I don't think they're going to get that one as that ball was underthrown by about 5 yards. Good try by Daniel trying to come back to it. As the Rebels open up the playbook, a little more trickery.
Yeah, well, you've got two good quarterbacks. You've got Jet Holmes, who's got an arm, and again, I don't want to give away plays for the future, but I don't think that's going to be the last time you'll see that one this year, Aaron.
No, and unfortunately that time for Jet, as soon as he stepped and planted to throw, he was getting hit, and that's some of the risk you run when you run that double pass is you get a free rusher at the secondary quarterback as Hoffman's going to cut it up the middle as he is wrapped up, hauled down, as he'll pick up about 1 on the play. Oh, it's Knightley Childs with the tackle.
Yep. Knightley Childs.
They'll bring up 3rd down and about 19 for the Rebel offense. As you have to imagine, you got to get the ball in between the first down markers to try to go for this one on 4th down. So if the Rebels want to keep the offense on the field, they need to have a big play here. With 4:42 left to go in the second quarter. Shotgun, trips to the right. Hoffman in the gun. Gets a snap, going to roll right, looking to throw. As he steps, trying to fire, is wrapped up, taken down. As that's going to lead to the first Rebels punt of the year as the Bulldogs get the defensive stop.
Well, you can credit the secondary because Carter had plenty of time to try to find somebody, but there was nobody available. So credit the secondary of the Bulldogs for having the receivers covered.
This will be Dylan Fonsbeck to punt, standing on his own 20-yard line. If the Rebels could get this ball back to where the original first down marker was, Rob, I feel like that would be a win as they went back a couple first downs on that drive. Fonsbeck has the snap go over his head. He's got plenty of time. He's going to pick it up, looking to run as he's going to be wrapped up, taken down. Disaster for the Rebels as it'll be 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. As with 3:38 left to go in this ballgame, the Rebels have breathed life back into this Bulldogs team.
Yeah, I was going to mention it before, Aaron, but I didn't want to jinx anything. But one of the things I did notice in the little blue and white scrimmage that they ran a couple weeks ago was special teams did have trouble with that long snap. I think there was at least 2 or 3 snaps over the top of the head of the punters.
1st and goal for the Rebels, for the Rebels defense as the Bulldogs get the ball at the 9-yard line. And, it's easy to stand up here and ask why Fonsbeck didn't punt that ball. But, I mean, you stand up, you see 2 free rushers running right at you. You try to do something. As an athlete, it's just instinct there. And, that's not really on him. That's just a high snap that you do your best to just at least get back possession of the ball so you don't give a free runner to a touchdown. Tyring under center. The deep back is Brock. As Tyring sends a man in motion. Gets the snap. They're going to hand it up the gut to Brock as he is wrapped up and hauled down by a whole host of Rebels on that offensive line.
J.J. Chandler, number 73, I think made the initial hit, and the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout.
We're going to take a timeout as well as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Welcome back inside. Presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all part of that My Local Radio Sports Network. bring up 2nd and goal from about the 10-yard line. Rebels need to stop here after a special teams mishap has put the Rebels defense behind the 8 ball. If they're able to get the stop here, though, Rob, you'd have to think momentum heavily on their side. I formation, or excuse me, take that 2 backs in the backfield. Send a man in motion. This is Knutson. They'll fake the handoff, looking to throw, has a man that is picked off by Jet Holmes as he takes it out across the 5, cuts back up across the 10, has some room for his haul down, and he is wrapped up, taken down to the 10-yard line. What a play by Jet Holmes. We talked about the mistake, but that's the other side for Holmes as he's a playmaker.
There you go. Right place, right time, and took that one and didn't just take a knee, made a play out of it as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a good thing he didn't because he kind of straddled the goal line as he caught that ball. You don't want to give the opportunity for the safety, so that's a good return. Got 10 yards out of it as it gives the Rebels some more room to work with. 3:18 left in the clock. Let's see how the Rebels play this offensively. As you're up 15-0, you are getting the second half kick. I know it's not in their nature. They're going to be aggressive here.
Yeah, I think you'll see the regular offense rolling here right here.
Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Running the option. Cuts it back upfield. Makes a man miss. Continues to roll out for about 3 yards. That was nicely played by the Bulldogs defense. And, you know, being aggressive, Rob, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to step back and throw it, as they'll give him 4 on the play. But also just letting Carter Hoffman use his leg. That's a form of aggressiveness for this Rebels offense.
Give credit to number 52, Deegan Hill, from the Bulldogs on the tackle on that play.
Clock winds, under 2:45 left to go. Here in the second quarter, Rebels break the huddle with Hoffman in the gun. 3 receivers to the left, make that 2x2, excuse me, as Hoffman gets the snap. He's going to roll to his right, pitches it. As this is Holmes, he's wrapped up, taken down immediately after the pitch. As the Bulldogs read that well, it's going to be a loss of 2. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Rebel offense.
And that's one of those plays that you run that because you've already tried that halfback pass with Jet, but you run that again, and next time you never know what might happen.
As sometimes plays are to set up plays later in the game or even later in the season, thinking that far down the road. I formation, Hudson Perry the deep back as Hoffman under center. Clock winds under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Gets the snap, hands to Perry around the left side, cuts it up the middle. Still on his feet, continues to rumble forward as he is about 2 yards short. Picks up about 6 on the play. Pretty good run there from Perry.
With what happened last time, Aaron, do you punt this one away or do you go for it on 4th down?
Well, you can let the clock wind down.
It's like it's going to be more.
Oh, they're giving him the first. Never mind.
That's an easy call. I say you keep going.
Yeah, I don't
don't
think,
punt now.
I don't think Coach Larson's sending the punt unit out 1st and 10. That was a favorable spot for the Rebels, and I'm sure they'll take it because it looked like Coach Larson was telling his offense to stay on the field and get ready. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Hoffman in the eye. Grohl, the fullback. Perry, the deep back. Gets a snap. They're going to hand to Hudson across the left side. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Cuts up the middle. Still going. Lowers the head. Out across the 30 as Hudson Perry with a punishing run there. 1st and 10 Rebels with about 59 seconds left to go in the half, excuse me, as they're going to get up under center.
They're moving quick as the Bulldogs try to get their defense in place. They're going to get him with 12 men on the field.
Except for Weston going around the left side. It looks like the Rebels will probably accept the play as they're going to stop the clock, it looks like. But there's going to be 12-man called against the Bulldogs. Couple timeouts left. Ball on the Rebel 43-yard line, Rob. If you want to start opening up the offense, I think now's the time to do so. You've gotten yourself out of the shadow of your own end zone. You know, use Hudson Perry. You come out in that same formation. Maybe they come out a little play action. See if you can get Weston streaking down the sideline.
Looks like the chains already moved, thinking that it was going to be a first down. Maybe they didn't realize it was a flag on the other side of the field, but they're trying to give Coach Larson his options.
Yeah, I think a lot of that might have to do with the clock and how the clock would wind. As looks like the Rebels are, well, as I say that, the offense goes marching back, but they're just going to huddle up. 46 seconds left to go. Rebels have the ball on their own 44-yard line trying to punch in a score. As new kicker this year is Dylan Fonsbeck. If the Rebels are able to get within range, it'll be interesting to see. They give him an opportunity. I think you do here game one. If you can get that far, obviously. Yeah, I'd say probably about 40 more yards before you're comfortable with a field goal.
I would say at least. Carter looks like he's going over to get the play personally from Coach Larson to see what they're going to try to do here.
Yeah, they still haven't shown the official what the flag was.
I think it was 12 men on the field because he had one that was still 7 and 8 yards from the sideline. There we go. Yeah, illegal.
Yeah. Usually when a player is running off the field as the ball is snapped, it's a good indication.
And the Rebels declined the penalty.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball placed on the Rebel 43-yard line. They're going to send 2 receivers to the left. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Switch that actually, 1 to the left, 2 to the right, I formation. Hudson Perry, the deep back. Hoffman under center. Gets the snap. He's going to hand to Hudson Perry, this time across the right-hand side as he rolls forward. Is able to pick up about 4 yards on the play. Clock winds to 39 seconds left. Rebels go quickly back to the line. As you have to imagine with that long delay, Rob, they probably had 2 plays called. As Hoffman under center with 30 seconds left to go in the half, gets the snap. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looking for a man, throws, has a man. That ball is caught. Nicely done on the outside by Dylan Wasden as they're going to call a completion. It'll be 1st and 10 Rebels from the Bulldog 42-yard line.
Design play to throw that out to Dylan and let him get out of bounds to stop the clock.
And right there, that was 3 straight runs with Perry that they used the play action to Hudson Perry. That gets Wasden open. 21 seconds left to go in the half. Rebels with a couple.
We got an injury on the Bulldog side, I think.
It's Childs, and the way he went down, hopefully it's just cramping, as it is a steamy day here in Gunnison Valley, at Gunnison Valley High School here in Gunnison, Utah. As Childs looks like he's able to get off under his own power. Sawyer Jensen will replace him. Hoffman under center, in the gun. 3 receivers to the right. Gets the snap, rolls to the right, looking to throw, steps up, fires, looking for a man downfield, has Smith. That's incomplete, just a little bit of an overthrow, as that'll stop the clock with 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Not seen maybe very well on the camera because of the circumstance we've got here, Aaron, but if you were watching Carter on that one, credit Carter Grohl, number 1, with a saving block to keep Carter, to give him enough time to even put that ball in the air.
That's a tough throw going out to the corner. The object there is to hit Smith in stride, have him pick up about 15 yards, step out of bounds. But that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. That's what the Rebels decide here. I believe they still have at least 1 timeout left. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hoffman gets a snap, looking to throw. Steps, fires, has a man to the outside. It's Smith as he can't quite corral it. As maybe that might have helped the Rebels more than it would have hurt them if that drop pass as the clock stops. Where if Smith makes that catch, you have to get to the line in under 10 seconds to get the snap off. Not sure they would have been able to do so, but here, 3rd and 10. More importantly, 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. Here in the second quarter, 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels on top. Ball placed on the Bulldog 41-yard line. See if the Rebels have drawn up with 10.3 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Hoffman in the gun. He's got a couple receivers to the left. The back next to him gets the snap. Rolls that way, looking to throw. Steps up. Has to escape some pressure. He's going to run it up the middle as he will go down. Just eats that one, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. It's a pretty veteran decision there from Carter Hoffman. Just eat that ball, go into halftime, leading 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As when we come back, we'll have our halftime show for you as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at My Local. Never mind, there's a timeout called with 2 seconds left, as we will hold off on halftime. Let's see if this is maybe just an all go to the end zone. Got to imagine the Bulldogs in their huddle, Rob, they're probably talking about you can give up 40 yards, just can't give up 42.
Yep, there you go. And you don't want a penalty to give them an extra play as well.
The Rebels, they're probably going to try to set up a play to, one, either get one of their athletes in space and give them an opportunity to try to break one, or two, try to get all the way down to the end zone, allow Carter Hoffman to throw a jump ball. You got some pretty good athletes on this Rebels offense. Daniel Smith has jumping ability for days. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 4th and 10. More importantly, 2 seconds left to go in the second quarter as Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap, looking to throw, steps up, fires, middle of the field, as that is swatted down, incomplete, as Smith was about 15 yards short of the goal line. But Rebels gave it a try with 2 seconds left. As that'll do it for us here in the first half. The Rebels on top 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Welcome back inside the Union Broadcast booth in the middle of a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Rebels on top 15-0 here as we start halftime. When we come back, we'll discuss more about the Rebels' fast start here in Gunnison Valley.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
Welcome back. This is where we would usually go to our T7 Propane Standout Student of the Week. Unfortunately, I was trying to get an interview with Carter Hoffman, but unable to do so. When we come back, we'll have some first half highlights for you as you're watching T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, listening in on 98.3 The Big Dog as well.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at t7propane.com. T7 Propane, for all your propane needs.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back inside the Union Broadcast welcome back inside a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels Varsity Football Team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. 15-0 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels on top. They will get the ball to start the third quarter as Rob, that first half, outside of a few mistakes, went pretty well. I mean, you expect that out of a veteran-laden team where, you know, you have the one mistake, but you're able to make up for it, and ultimately it came out in the wash as the Rebels got a pick after the fumbled snap on the punt.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty smooth on, especially on the offensive side of the ball. The Rebels start out with a 3-and-out. Gunnison had the ball on their own 37 and do not convert a first down. The Rebels take over on their own 29. And again, I can't count all the plays, but at least 14 or 15 play drive, 70 yards, and Carter Hoffman runs it in to make it 6-0. And Dylan Fonsbeck adds the point after with 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Rebels up 7-0. Gunnison then has a pretty good drive, but they punt. Rebels take over on their own 25. Again, a long drive, and Carter puts it in. And then a two-point conversion on an interesting formation where everybody's to the left, and Carter ran it in for the two-point conversion to make it 15-0. Gunnison has a drive going. They throw an interception, birthday present for Samuel Leifson, and the Rebels get the ball back, unfortunately at the punt, and that's when the high snap goes over Dylan Fonsbeck's head, and the Bulldogs get the ball on their own 10, or on the Rebel 10-yard line, and Jet Holmes turns it right around with an interception on the goal line, and then time runs out for the Rebels on the last drive, and as you mentioned, they will get the kickoff starting the second half.
You know, outside of the one drive, they moved the ball very well. Obviously, the last drive at the end, you kind of throw your running part of the playbook out the window once you get to about the 40-yard line, and it's a lot harder to pass against a defense when they're expecting it. But I'd say the Rebels, outside of the drive that was ended with the hold, and, you know, it kind of went backwards, trying to make a play on third down, you take a sack. But, you know, outside of that drive, the offenses look pretty good. They've looked strong. They've been able to run the ball. They've been able to throw the ball a little bit too. As, you know, if you can be balanced as a high school offense, you're probably never going to be 50-50, as there are so many more opportunities to get the ball in your explosive receivers' hands without throwing it. So if you think about, you know, the end arounds, I think that's something that's going to be a staple of this Rebels offense, and it has been so far today.
A couple stats for you, Aaron, on the rushing side of the ball for the Rebels. Carter Hoffman, 14 carries for 45 yards. Drake Weston with 6 carries for 58. Hudson Perry, 4 carries for 17 yards. And that's pretty much those with multiple carries. Carter's 4 of 7 for 38 yards through the air. And if I can, I'll go ahead a minute. I'll flip my phone here.
Yeah, and for the Rebels offense, I think that's kind of what it's going to look like, just because you're not going to turn into an air raid West Coast style Mike Leach offense and just chuck the ball around the yard. Most high schools don't do that. For the Rebels, I think they're most effective when they can use the play action, like the play to Wasden at the end of the half, where they ran the ball with Hudson Perry 3 straight times. They stand up in that formation again. They fake the handoff to Perry. Wasden goes downfield like he's blocking, cuts it out. Carter hits him for a 15-yard pass. I think that's how their pass game is going to go, more than, you know, step back in the pocket, let's line up 5 receivers and try to find an open guy. I just think that the run game is what's going to be the set up the pass game, and a lot of times when they drop back to pass, sometimes it's not going to be there, and Carter Hoffman is going to turn that pass game into an extension of the run game, use his legs, and that's what they've done so far for a terrific job in this first half. Still not done yet, as you remember what happened last time these two teams played.
Yep. That's where the key to the game, see what the adjustments made at halftime. For the Bulldogs, Talon Dyring, 1 of 3 for 23 yards. Unfortunately, 2 interceptions is not pretty on your stat sheet. And if I can still... Daxton Knutson with 5 carries for 14 yards. He leads the Bulldogs in the rushing category. And the 2 turnovers on the Bulldogs would probably be the other thing that have hurt them the most in this ball game. Not to mention 4 penalties for 22 yards.
Yeah, it's a big momentum swing late in the first half when they get the ball on the 10-yard line and they turn it over. For the Rebels, I'm not allowing points there. That's huge going into the second half, especially getting the ball now. Opportunity to put it up 3 scores. Not only that, but to run some of the clock the Rebels can pull out a drive like they did in the first two drives where they use a lot of clock, score a touchdown, Rob, they can put themselves firmly in the driver's seat. Can't really celebrate anything yet with a score because, you don't ever want to put the cart before the horse. We've seen what can happen in football games when a team's back's against the wall and they just have to go with their best play over and over and over again. That's what Gunnison Valley did to the Rebels last time they played in the second half. But, the Rebels, I think they're going to have a little bit better of a plan for it this year, as you got to remember that was only the second game of a coaching staff's era, and that kind of happens when you're a young coach. And Tyson Larson has learned so much over the last 2 years that I think they're going to have a better game plan going into the second half, and I think it's going to rely a lot on the offense being able to keep time of possession.
The other thing that I'd look for, Aaron, is the fatigue factor, because it is toasty out there, and we'll see what the conditioning that you've seen in the practice weeks leading up to this game can pay off.
Absolutely. If I had to give an edge to a team who's played in the sun so far, this Gunnison Valley team, they live here, they play here, they've played in the sun before, where it's a little bit chillier up in the northern Utah region. I don't have to tell anybody that. I'm sure you guys are all far more aware of that than I am, but we got to take a quick break. As you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When you have an emergency, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Open 24/7, the professional emergency room staff is trained for trauma, medical, cardiac, pediatric, orthopedic, and obstetric emergencies. Bear Lake Memorial is a critical access level 3 trauma center, offering immediate access to radiology, lab services, surgery, and internal medicine consults. The ER teams are well-trained professionals who are ready to act when you have an emergency. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, 15-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Rob, this is a big possession here early on in the game, or excuse me, in this first half for the Rebels. They get the ball to start.
Yeah, I'd agree. You put another drive like the first three that you put together that are lengthy drives that eat up that clock, and especially those first two drives, and you put some points on the board, and the momentum shifts squarely in your favor, a 3 and out, and it's flipping right back to the other side of the field.
Absolutely. If you want to be that dominant team, you want to be that team that comes out and puts teams away, you have to start with this first drive. If you can punch this one in, put yourself up 3 scores, that'll go a long ways in helping this team not only today in today's game, but helping this team really achieve the goals that they want. They don't necessarily want to just win the 8-man state title. They want to come out and they want to dominate this year. Talking to some of the kids, obviously you never take a state title for granted, but they want to come out. They want to have even better year this year than they had last year, and they had a pretty good season last year.
Yeah, 8-4 is nothing too shabby on a record, especially when you're playing in that Wyoming league with some really stiff competition.
Yeah, that's 8-4, not including the 2 wins they had in the playoffs as well. So, no, never mind, I lied.
That's with the wins in the playoff. Yep.
We have talked ad nauseum that I am not a math broadcaster, so. Hudson Perry, Drake Weston will be back to receive the opening kick here in the third quarter. Lining up to take this one is Caden Whitlock. If you're the Rebels front line, be ready in case there is a little bit of trickery, an onside kick possibly trying to jumpstart this Bulldogs offense. Quarterback Dyring is throwing on the sideline, so maybe they might have a little bit of trickery up their sleeves. But if you're the front row, you got Carter Grohl. You also have Tony Maldonado, a couple of really good hands players on that side. They have to be ready as we are underway here in the third quarter. The ball is in the air as it's going to skip on the grass. No one's going to field it. It's going to be recovered by the Bulldogs. Special teams have absolutely derailed the Rebels so far in this game. That is the only thing that you can really complain about. As a player jumped over the ball, you gotta field the ball. It doesn't matter if you want your returners to take it. You have to get that ball.
Yeah, I'm afraid that Jet Holmes is going to be guilty of that one.
I understand you want to block and get your guys ready, but you have to shake it off. It's all right. An opportunity now for this Bulldogs team to get right back in it with a score. As
I don't know what the discussion. Nope, there we go. First down, Bulldogs.
So the ball just landed in the grass and it died. I don't think it skipped the way they thought it was going to, but you just want to take care of that ball. The football is the biggest thing right now, as now you're giving an extra possession to this Bulldogs offense, stressing your defense out once again, as the Rebels defense needs to stop here, as Dyring under center. Gets the snap, drops back looking to throw. It's a bubble screen as that's incomplete. They're going to blow it dead right away. Good hustle, though, by the Rebels just to jump on that one just in case. But 2nd and 10 coming up for this Bulldogs offense. They try to find Pickett on the right side.
Yeah, Hudson Perry run up and got his body on that one. And even if he completes that one, I'm not sure he's going anywhere because Rebels had at least 2 defenders on that side.
Yeah.
I think they learned from the mistake earlier in the game when we called timeout, when we saw that was a play that was going to be pretty successful for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs jumped a little early and ended up being a false start. Rebels talked about that one. And, you know, Pickett is one of the better athletes for this Gunnison Valley team. They're trying to get him the ball in open space. Diving under center, sends a man in motion. It's Knudsen. Fakes, they're going to give it up the middle to Brock as he is wrapped up, hauled down. Great play started by Jordan Johnson. As they'll bring up 3rd down.
Unfortunately, Jordan is still trying to stretch out that calf, looks like.
Yeah, if you're hurt, brother, go down.
And
he's gonna make his way off the field.
J.J. Chandler coming in and take his spot.
3rd and 8. Big play here. Rebels trying to force a 4th down. Not sure what the range is for the kicker, but probably 2 down territory.
I'd say, yeah, 4th down territory, easy.
Just because it's a 15-0 game, you make the field goal, it's 15-3. You're still down 3 scores. Brock the back in the backfield as they've moved Childs into the slot. Snap, going to roll. Looking to roll right, throws across the middle of the field. That is incomplete. An opportunity there for the wide receiver. Looks like that is Edwards, Landry Edwards, who has a reception in this game already. They'll bring up 4th down and 8.
Rebels were showing a lot of pressure up there on the front line and then backed off.
Credit Fonsbeck, as that looked like a sprint out from the quarterback. Fonsbeck had to push the quarterback Dyring towards the backfield as he was able to win his battle right away. As hurry-up offense is something I don't think we've seen out of the Rebels a whole lot in the past couple of years, but doing a great job as the flag is down on the near side as a player was running off.
And this one, I think, an easy call for the Rebels because you're going to get more yardage out of the penalty than you did out of the run.
Look, there's a 4-yard run. It'd be a 5-yard penalty, I believe.
And that's one of those things that you'll see early in the season again, Aaron. Changing players in and out. That's just one of the things you get better at through the season.
And that's something that Aaron Rodgers has mastered in the NFL. I hate to talk about the Green Bay Packers in a positive light, but Rodgers, when he was with the Packers, mastered snapping the ball with 12 men on the field and getting a free play. Looks like the Rebels will decline and take the yardage.
They actually took the penalty.
I think the ball moved about. It's kind of one of those, you know, you're on the 46-yard line, you're on the 46.5.
Okay, yeah, they declined it.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Make that 2 to the right, 2 to the left, as they adjust. Hoffman in the gun, Perry the back in the backfield. Hoffman gets the snap, he's going to run to the left. Cuts up the middle of the field, pitches it late to Perry in traffic as Hudson's going to have about 5 more yards, picks up the 1st down. A couple of real late pitches there as Carter Hoffman was about 4 yards up the field when he got rid of that one. It'll depend on the spot, but it's close to the 1st down marker.
I do believe they're going to give it to him.
You know, it's a good play there by Hoffman, but you have to understand the defense will make adjustments, and the last thing you want to do is pitch it late like that right into the hands of a waiting linebacker to scamper the other way for a touchdown. But it's working right now for the Rebels on that option play, as Hoffman's been very decisive with what he wants to do today, and that's what you want out of your senior quarterback. Snap, and they give it to Leifson across the left side, out across the 40, rumbles all the way to the 45, down to about the 44-yard line, gain of about 8 on the play, as that'll bring up, looks like 2nd and maybe 2.
Looked like Dylan Fonsbeck slipped off on that one a little bit, limping.
Hoffman into the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Hudson Perry the back in the backfield. Hoffman gets a snap, looking to throw. Throws left, down the field. Has a man that is caught out of bounds, I believe, as that was Smith, the intended target.
Yeah, just ran out a little bit of a real estate problem there. I think Bear Lake Realty would be able to help him out with that, Aaron.
Absolutely, more on them coming up. But for the Rebels, though, I'd like that if you're gonna throw a deep ball, especially on 2nd and 1. That's a great time to do it because now you got 2 plays to get a yard, and you trust your offense to be able to do that. As Hudson Perry, the deep back, Carter Hoffman under center, gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Rolls to the left, picks up about 4 yards on the play, plenty for the first down all the way out to the 30. 1st and 10 for this Rebels offense.
Yeah, his initial move was stopped, but a nice swim move to the left by Carter to get the first down.
And, you know, it's not the initial plays that make Carter Hoffman so dangerous with the ball. It's the secondary plays. He stopped at the line of scrimmage on the quarterback sneak. And instead of just accepting that, he bounces it to the left, picks up 4 more yards. And that's something that wears a defense out. 1st and 10 Rebels on the Bulldog 30-yard line. Hoffman under center. Gets the snap, hands to the deep back, as that's Weston, cuts to the outside. Drake Weston with some room, makes a man miss. Still going. Drake Weston will take it to the house from 30 yards out. Touchdown, Rebels. As we will try to check that out on the Stacy's Repair instant replay. What a move by Drake Weston in the open field. Makes the man miss, as that's about all we're going to see. Good camera work, though, from Rob Leifson just to get that. That's a tough angle. Rebels go on top by 3 scores, 21-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Man, I was sticking my head out the window. It was the best I could do on that one, Aaron. Sorry.
No, that's great. No, we got the play I wanted to talk about, is making the man miss in the open field there from Drake. As he was down to rights. Instead, Weston makes it happen. 2-point conversion. Hoffman wants to throw. Lobs it back of the end zone. That's going to fall incomplete. As pretty good defense as looking for Jet Holmes back corner. He was jammed by one of the Bulldogs players. But Rebels go on top 21-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Legacy Beach. Great beaches in the summer, 10 minutes from Beaver Mountain in the winter. Townhomes now starting at $649 for poolside townhomes.
Welcome back. It's time for the Bear Lake Realty Bear Fan Camp, brought to you by broker Gary McKee. Bear Lake Realty. Bear Lake, call 435-946-8888, 435-946-8888, or visit bearlakerealty.com as we try to catch some of the rich faithful that made the about 3-hour trek down to Gunnison Valley High School. As with 8:32 left to go, Rebels on top, 21-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As we go back to our live cam, once again, thank you to Gary McKee and all of our sponsors for sponsoring our broadcast this year. Without you guys, none of this is possible.
Well, you get those guys biting on all the inside stuff.
Fonsbeck
it's just classic coaching, right?
lines up to kick. Ball placed at the 40-yard line. As he approaches, ball in the air. Short kick, fielded by Pickett off of his helmet. He's able to pick it up, though. Cuts up the middle, has some space, makes a man miss as he is on his way down the sideline to the 40, to the 30, as he is still on his feet to the 20, 10, 5. We talked about him being the best athlete on this Gunnison Valley team. Touchdown Pickett on a 73-yard kickoff return touchdown that looked like it could have been a disaster for the Bulldogs. Instead, Pickett makes it 6, 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
We mentioned at the beginning of the game, Aaron, special teams is one of the things that doesn't get a lot of attention early in the season and practice time.
And it's something the Rebels are going to have to clean up. Absolutely need to clean that up because you had a team down 21-0 with 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Now they're back within 2 scores, a stop and a score for them. Something that's a 1-score game. As if you want to be as good as this Rebels team wants to be, you have to be able to put teams away, especially when you get them up 3 scores or down 3 scores. Extra point is Kyle Keith. Snap low, hold good though. Kick on the way. No good. Flag on the play.
Going to get rough in the kicker, I think, on this one.
As the reset, do it again.
Daniel Smith and Jet Holmes having a little bit of extra. Oh, they're going to wave it off.
I was going to say the kicker didn't look like he went down, but they're going to say no good as we are going to get ready. Well, we're going to go to a commercial break. Rebels on top, 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as you're watching the T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back inside the T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Big drive here as the Rebels give up the kick return touchdown, 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Rob, goal number one here on this kickoff, you have to secure it. You absolutely cannot give the ball back to this Gunnison Valley team with the momentum they have after that kickoff.
Yeah, somebody's got to get their hands on the ball and hang on.
Kick is underway with 8:19 left as that rolls along the ground. Smith is able to field it at the 30-yard line. Allows a blocker to catch up, makes a move to the left-hand side. As he's got some room, cuts back, still on his feet, and goes down at the 43-yard line. Daniel Smith with a pretty electric kick return there. Gets the Rebels to near midfield, 1st and 10.
Yeah, much better. Special teams, we mentioned it early. The first punt of the game was a little bit helter-skelter as well, Aaron.
Absolutely, and that's something that this team will work on throughout the year. And first game jitters, it happens. First and 10 Rebels. Offense looking to respond after giving up the touchdown, 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap, rolls to his right. Looks like he's going to keep this one, trying to get to the outside, able to do so. Cuts it upfield, still on his feet out across the 50 as he puts two hands on that football. As multiple Bulldogs are wrenching on it, Hoffman picks up 13 on 1st and 10. Rebels will get another first down.
And credit Daniel Smith on the outside receiver for that block. That kept that play alive. Well done to have your receivers blocking downfield.
Yeah, it's something that doesn't get talked about a lot is receiver blocking is the difference between a 3-yard run usually and a 15-yard run, as Smith did an excellent job of kicking that block out and allowing Hoffman to cut it upfield. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Hoffman under center. Hudson Perry, the deep back. Ball placed on the Bulldog 44-yard line. As Hoffman gets the snap. As he's going to run the option, keeps it himself out across the right side. He's going to turn it upfield instead of stepping out. As a couple of Bulldogs there kind of ease up on the tackle after he stepped out. I thought Hoffman was going to step out. Instead, he lowered the shoulder, picked up an extra yard, picks up 8 on the play. They'll bring up 2nd down and 2.
And number 33, Jack Blackman on the stop. He's one that is another standout player from last year.
2nd down and 2. Hoffman under center. Gets the snap. He's going to hand to Perry. Or no, he keeps it himself. Little magician there as he keeps it. Hudson Perry had someone all over him the entire way.
And there's a flag thrown right smack dab in the middle of the play in the backfield. I'm going to guess a hold, but that could be a lucky guess.
It was 2nd and 2. So it looks like it's going against the Rebels. 7:21 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Rebels offense in Gunnison Valley territory. It's a good job of at least responding, as it's going to be a hold against the Rebels. I'll back it up 10.
Yeah, it's a spot foul, I think, Aaron, so maybe 2nd and 12.
Looks like it'll be 2nd and about 10.5.
Okay.
But for the Rebels, though, they've done a good job of getting the ball back to this side of the field. They do want to continue to drive this ball. 2nd and, they back it up, 2nd and 12. As you were
I stand corrected.
Indeed right. Hoffman gets the snap. He's going to hand it to Leifson on the end around left side, cuts it up the middle, lowers his shoulder at about the 40-yard line. He's going to pick up about 7 on the play. Still will bring up a long 3rd and 6 for this Rebels offense. Rebels quickly to the line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. as they keep it with Hoffman around the left side. Makes a man miss. Cuts it upfield. Good enough for the first down. Still stands on his feet. Lunges forward. Picks up the extra yards. Carter Hoffman there. Great run. Picks up the first for the Rebels offense.
Yeah, he got that corner, and you knew he had the first down.
That fullback read option from the quarterback position has been a staple of this Rebels offense for the last 3 years. And that's why right there, you get that defensive end sucked in. And now you have the quarterback, Carter Hoffman, with great legs, can win about any race to the outside, was able to do so there. 1st and 10, Rebels, ball placed on the Bulldog 28-yard line, I formation. As they get the snap, hand to Leifson up the middle, has a hole, continues to rumble forward as he drags a couple of defenders 3 yards, as he's going to pick up 8 on the play. 2nd down and about 2 coming up.
Got to give a shout out to that offensive line, Aaron. Talon Pace, your center. Boston Jolly. Yeah, no, I can't. Now they're all going to spin on me, and I can't see numbers. Of course.
The offensive
Easton
line,
Eborn.
Yeah, the offensive line's been terrific here in this game. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hoffman giving some final directions here on 2nd down and 2. Perry, the back in the backfield. 5:54 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 2 from the Bulldog 20-yard line. They pitch it to Weston, cuts upfield, makes a man miss, still on his feet, still going, rumbles forward, picks up an additional 5 after it looked like he was dead to rights. That will go down as a pass completion as it was pitched forward. So Carter Hoffman with maybe the easiest completion of his life, as Weston will take it 13 yards. 13-yard pass completion brings up 1st and 10 for the Rebel offense. Ball spotted. Excuse me, it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal. That's spotted at the 9-yard line.
Mineo Vargas, number 62, on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Hoffman under center, I formation. Going to give to Perry. Cuts to the outside. Makes another man miss. Trying to get forward. Reaches for the goal line.
And he's going to call him out on the half-yard line.
That's a good effort, though. But Rebels now a half-yard away from picking up that final score. Hudson Perry looking at the sideline, telling the coaching staff, feed him more. He wants the ball again. As they're going to send Drake Weston to the backfield. Hoffman under center. He's going to keep it himself. Leans forward. And he is short on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal from, it looks like, about the half-yard line.
I'm not sure how that's short, but we can't see from here.
Well, the head official appears to not be sure either. He's now talking to his guys. It is short. What that did do is it allowed Gunnison Valley time to possibly send in their big unit on defense. Rebels are going to huddle it up. They're going to send some couple of substitutions. 3rd down and about a half-yard from goal.
Cade Nelson, number 15, another one on that offensive line that deserves a shout-out, Aaron.
I formation, Perry the deep back, Drake Weston the fullback. It's Hoffman under center. Gets the snap, turns, hands to Hudson Perry. It's dropped. The ball is on the ground, and it looks like the Bulldogs have it. Oh, they're going to say 4th down. Rebels very lucky there.
I'm not sure why we're not running a quarterback sneak there, Aaron.
I think they were trying to award Hudson Perry
for
with a
his work.
touchdown.
Yep.
But the important thing is, though, they get another chance at it. If you're able to punch this one in, you'll forget about that fumble. And it's now 4th and 5 from, or excuse me, 4th and goal from about the 5-yard line.
4th down goal for the Rebels.
And Carter, we got a flag on the play. I'm not sure. Probably an unsports. Oh, sideline
warning. As I think the Rebels are going to call timeout. We had an injured player on the field, and I think the Rebels were trying to show them.
And unfortunately, the
not a
injured
warning.
player is Carter Hoffman, number 8. So Jet Holmes coming in under center.
Well, if you're the Rebels here, take care of the ball. If you can punch it in the end zone, that's awesome. But the thing about that drive is now you've been able to march it downfield, as we're going to get another whistle. As we're trying to await the whistle. So Jet Holmes in at quarterback, under center. Hudson Perry, the deep back. As the official is talking it over. We are ready to go as clock will wind with 3:50 left to go in the third quarter. Big play here, 4th down and goal. Holmes under center. Gets the snap. He's going to hand it to Weston on the end around, looking for some space on the outside, cuts it back up the field, and he is short as it'll be a turnover on downs. As the Rebels will turn it over. Bulldogs get the stop as the Rebels had 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Talon Dyron, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, with that stop, got Drake by the ankles and forced him back onto the inside. Drake was trying to go to the outside, and that wasn't going to happen.
Well, the good news for the Rebels defense is now, that last possession they got the ball at the Rebels 30-yard line. Here you're getting the ball inside the 5 for the Bulldogs, so defense a little more room to work with as it's 3 minutes left to go in this one. 21-6 Rebels on the Heritage. Make that the station on main scoreboard. Some confusion from this Bulldogs offense, and we're going to get timeout. Timeout called with 3:39 left to go here in the third quarter as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back inside the T7 Propane broadcast of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. And Rob, with the comeback on for this Bulldogs team, that timeout could be huge later on.
Well, the Rebels have a chance to put their defense to the test once again.
It'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Ball placed on their own 7-yard line as Dyring under center. Sends a man in motion, that's Knutson. As they give it to him on the end around, he is wrapped up after a gain of about, they're going to say that he didn't gain anything on the play.
I'd credit Boston Jolly, number 55, on the tackle on that one.
That was actually Brody Brock running the ball there. Clock continues to wind. 2nd and 10, Bulldogs from their own 7-yard line. Well, if you're the Rebels defense here, not only if you can force a stop on this side of the field, you get your offense better field position, but you kind of pull some of the light out of this game as you head to the fourth quarter. But it all depends on getting a stop. I'm going to try to take that fourth quarter lead with 2 scores. Dyring under center. Gets the snap, looking to throw, throws quickly, has Pickett on the outside as he is wrapped up, taken down. That's a great play there in space by Drake Weston to wrap up Pickett. He had the kick return touchdown, so he's a very explosive athlete. They pick up 3 on the play as it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, well-designed play, but snuffed out by Drake Weston and Daniel Smith.
And, I think in offense, you get your best athlete one-on-one. You'll take that every single time because you're a missed tackle away from really breaking one open. It's a big play there from Weston as, he's the safety. There's not many players behind him. If he doesn't make that play, it'd be 3rd down and about 7. Clock will wind under 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Dyring under center. Brody in the backfield. Make that Brock in the backfield. And a quick throw. Other side, it's Coates as he cuts to the outside. As he is wrapped down. What a play by Hudson Perry as he'll lose 2 on the play. The sophomore makes another great play in this contest as Hudson Perry is really making his mark on this game.
Yes, that one, he misses that tackle, and it's definitely a 1st down if it's not going to the house because there's only one other player on that other side.
As it looks like the punt formation on this Bulldogs team. Indeed. That is Romero Mendoza. As he'll punt this one away from about his 2-yard line.
Drake Weston standing in the midfield for the return.
It's important just to recover this, or excuse me, to down this kick because you're going to get good field position. Snaps low, kick is away, it's blocked! And fielded in the air, caught on the run, going forward. That's number 25, Riker Kirk, with an amazing catch out of the air. Instead of getting the ball at the 50, the blocked punt gives the Rebels the ball deep in Bulldog territory as it'll be 1st and 10. Rebels, an opportunity to try to make this a 3-score game once again.
Once again, a nice momentum shift. You give up not scoring on the goal line, and your defense steps up. And not only do they get the ball back, but they get it back inside the 20.
Even better news, that looks like the big number blue 8 back on the field is Carter Hoffman. Hopefully that wasn't like 18. Nope, Carter Hoffman's back out on the field. That's good to see as he got wrapped up trying to recover that fumble in the last possession. It'll be 1st and looks like goal from the 10-yard line.
So we lose 2 yards on the exchange of possession.
Punt net 2. I think you'll take that every time if you're the Rebels. That's a great play, though, by the big offensive line, getting a hand on that punt.
I didn't see who got the block.
And then,
did you?
No, I did not, unfortunately. But Riker Kirk having the wherewithal to field it and then take it off with it as Leifson across the left side rumbles forward, reaches out, extends the ball an extra 2 yards as it'll be a gain of about 3 on the play. As Leifson brings up 2nd and goal. As the clock continues to wind here in the 3rd quarter, Rob, how big for momentum would it be if they're able to punch this one in? Crowd gets to their feet. Hoffman under center, I formation. Leifson the deep back, Perry the fullback. As Hoffman fakes it, looking to throw, fires to the end zone. Smith had to come back for it. Incomplete. Pretty good defense on the outside there by Daxton Knudsen.
Didn't have a lot of chance to get to that one. I don't know if you would have had the luck earlier in the game, they would have had a flag on that one, but I think that was a good call.
No. So he didn't turn his head, no, but he never made contact. Smith trying to come back for the ball. Knudsen does have position, so you can't just run into a defender and get the pass interference. That was very well played. Brings up 3rd and goal for the Rebels. Hoffman in the pistol. Gets the snap. He's going to run left. Cuts back up the middle of the field. Still on his feet. Continuing to roll. Reaches out for it. Touchdown, Rebels. What a play by Carter Hoffman. He looked wrapped up 3 different times. As we'll check that out on the Stacey's Repair instant replay as Hoffman cuts left, cuts right, cuts back to the left, reaches out at the goal line. Touchdown, Rebels. What a game for the senior quarterback from Rich. 27-6 on the Stacey's on Main scoreboard. Looks like the Rebels are going to go for the more traditional PAT as Hoffman puts his knee in the dirt. 27-6 on the Heritage, the Station on Main scoreboard. Snap high, hold good. Kick is good as well. As Dylan Fonsbeck puts the exclamation point on that touchdown drive, a 7-yard run from Carter Hoffman. Makes it 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As when we come back, we'll have the rest of the 4th quarter. 12 seconds left to go. Actually, we're going to keep it right here, Rob. 12 seconds left to go in the quarter. Rebels on top, 28-6 here in quarter number 3. As you know, there have been mistakes in this game. It hasn't been a perfect game for the Rebels, but you have to be very happy with how both the offense and the defense have played.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the smoothness of the offense. Mostly very few negative plays, but the longer this game's gone, the more I've been impressed with the defense. I haven't got the stats in front of me because it just happens too fast, but I would be shocked if the Bulldogs are over 50 yards total in this ball game. The defense has been incredible. And even when there have been mistakes, turnovers, defense has stepped right back up.
Absolutely. Think back to the 2nd quarter where Jet Holmes, that interception within the 10, as that's a great defensive play there for the Rebels. The Leifson pick middle of the field. The defense has come to play. The 6 points came on special teams as the defense still pitching a shutout. I don't think they're going to get Johnny O donuts from Coach Perry with the 6 on the board, but this defense has been tremendous here in the first test of the year. Fonsbeck with his hand up, ready to kick it deep. gets the whistle, approaches the ball. He sends it away. That's a low kick on the ground as it's fielded by the Bulldogs. He'll jump on it. Fortunately for the Bulldog fielding it, his teammate knees him in the head. But the clock will not wind out as we still have a little bit left in the third quarter. Bulldogs will start the ball will start with the ball on their own 41-yard line. And Rob, that might be a little respect there for number 15 in the blue, Braxton Pickett, as he took it to the house last kickoff, and I don't think the Rebels wanted to mess around with him.
Now, much surer bet if you kick it on a squib kick in the center of the field.
We can almost see the clock, but it's 11 seconds left in the third.
11 seconds left to go in the third quarter as the sun is continuing to set here in Gunnison, Utah. It's a beautiful backdrop here with the mountains in the background, Rob. Another one of these great Utah fields that I've gotten to know so well over the last 3 years. They're going to hand down the end around to Pickett as he is wrapped up, taken down by guess who? Hudson Perry, as he is fired up, ready to go, and why not, as that will be the last play of the third quarter as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
This is the T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. As we head to the fourth quarter, 12 minutes left to go here in week one. Rob, Rebels on top 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard, as this is a big defensive possession. Can't quite put the nail in the coffin if you get a stop here, but with 12 minutes left, you have to imagine that possessions for this Bulldog team, they're going to be in short order. Well, the Rebels lined up on the wrong side of the field, so good start.
Well, Gunnison does favor the run, so this is putting them in a tough position because you need some quick scores, and that probably means the ball's got to go in the air.
And this has to be a safety's dream for Hudson Perry and Drake Weston. 12 minutes left, up 3 scores. You got to know the ball's going in the air at some point. As Dyring under center. Sends a man in motion. It's Knudsen. Fakes the handoff. We're going to get an early jump.
I'm afraid they got Isaac Meller, number 88, on that far right-hand side. He just flinched just enough to draw the flag.
Bring up second and 15.
One of those first season game little blips that isn't not expected.
And
unexpected.
For the Bulldogs, though, it's a brand new offense that they're learning under a new coach, and it takes some time. And especially with all the moving parts of this offense you can see what the idea is. We've seen a couple times that they're just trying to get athletes in space, and they've been able to do that a couple of times. And they've had a couple of times where, you think back to the second quarter, where they had a man open on the swing pass, and they had more blockers than the Rebels had defenders. That got called back because of a false start. Rebels got a little lucky there. They were able to talk about that during a timeout, and I think they've been better. The deep back is Childs. They send a man in motion. So they're going to fake the handoff, looking to throw. As Dyring gets to the outside, pump fakes. Still on his feet, still running, as he is strung out, hauled down there, as that was Boston Jolly, who did a great job never giving up on the play. It's a gain of 2, but Boston Jolly's hard work there pays off as he takes him down. Could have been much more. As that's why, as a defensive lineman, you never quit on the play.
Yeah, never give up.
3rd and 13. Rebels defense looking to get another stop. Have to imagine with the score, Rob. 2-down territory here for the Bulldogs. The clock continues to wind. Looks like that says 11:15 as we're starting to be able to see the scoreboard a bit.
Get it in the shade.
As the lights are on, we're officially playing football under the lights on a Friday night, and how great does it feel to say that, Rob?
Fantastic. Can't wait to be able to say it in Randolph.
Absolutely. Trips to the left. Dyring gets a snap, drops back, looking to throw, fires over the middle. That was nearly a great catch as Whitlock stuck his paw up there, got a piece of it, but he got drilled by a couple of Rebels as there's 4 players waiting for him to come down with that one. Brings up 4th down and about 13. Rebels are sending a player back deep. It's Weston. Here comes Mendoza on the field. If you're the defense, you have to, if you're the Rebels defense on special teams here, you have to make sure that it's not a fake. Mendoza on his own 30, awaits the snap. Snap is good. The punt is away. A couple of Rebels trying to get to that one, couldn't get there, as that ball will take a Gunnison Valley roll at the 40-yard line all the way down inside the Rebels 30 to about the 27-yard line, as this is where the Rebels will take over. 1st and 10, 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As that clock winds to 10:42 left to go in the 4th quarter. Rebels on top 28-6 with the offense on the field, Rob. Opportunity here to end this one with the big boys up front. You got to imagine a lot of run coming for the Rebels.
That took it right out of my mouth there, and that's what I'm expecting is a nice run up the middle. This is where you look for Noah Perry, but unfortunately he is nowhere to be found. Graduated.
There's another Perry in the backfield. I know it'll shock Rich High School fans that there's a Perry in the backfield, as it seems like the entirety of my year it's been another Perry after Perry. Hudson Perry has made his mark on this game.
Bulldogs are going to take a timeout.
And we're going to take a timeout as well as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Welcome back inside a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as we are in the 4th quarter. Rebels with the ball on offense. Hoffman gets a snap, hands to Weston around the right side. Jump cut to the outside, picks up about 4 more yards after initially being. As we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects. Facilities are ready.
Welcome back inside a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, as Drake Weston was able to stand up and get off under his own power, as hopefully he is just cramping up, nothing more serious. 2nd and 6 for the Rebels as they have the ball on their own 32-yard line. Have to get it to their own 38 for a first down. And Rob, this team wants to be what they want to be. Right now is a good chance to prove it on offense right here. Up 28-6. 4th quarter, clock rolling to 10:29 left to go in the quarter. If you can take a sustained drive and score here, that'll really help the Rebels, except for Hudson Perry wants to break one out across the 50 to the 40, still on his feet, still going. As he tries to cut back, he goes down. As it looked like he slipped, the flag comes in late. As they're going to keep the sticks down on the far side. I think regardless of whatever penalty it is, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
We have been talking during the break, Aaron, that we have not seen for a while some breakaway plays from the Rebel offense, and there you go, right there on cue.
And no, it's been body blows this entire game. you have the 30-yard touchdown run for Weston, as that was kind of a gadget play. But now the body blows are really starting to pay off as Perry blocking the back against the Rebels.
Blocking the back penalty on the Rebels.
Which at that point is not a smart decision on the Rebels' part, but you're
Yeah.
still going to get a first down.
It's a little undisciplined, but I can understand in the commotion of a long run, an offensive lineman wants to get down there, a wide receiver wants to get down there and block for their guy.
First down, Rebels.
Just got to make sure you're not doing it in the numbers, but the play came about 30 yards past the first down marker, so the Rebels will pick up the 1st and 10. Ball placed at the Bulldog 44-yard line. Shotgun snap as they pitch it to Perry, drops it, and that's going to be recovered by the Bulldogs. As that is number 10, Kyle Keith, who jumps on it. Rebels undisciplined there. And Rob, we talked about not turning the ball over. They've done a good job offensively there until that play. I think Hudson just took his eye off that one.
Yep, it's easy to look up and see what's coming at you.
Well, back to defense for the Rebels. Ball placed on the 43 of the Bulldogs. Still a big possession in this game as the Bulldogs, if they can score quickly, they cut it to 2 scores. Rebels defense looking to hold. As Dyring under center. Whitlock, the deep back. They send a man in motion. They're going to give to Whitlock up the middle. So he dances his way up across the 50 into Rebels territory to about the 49-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 6.
Dylan Fonsbeck, number 35, and 55, Boston Jolly on the stop.
For the Rebels defense here, you can give up plays on the ground. You don't want to give up the score, obviously, but if they score but they waste a lot of the clock, it's in your favor. You're up by 3 scores. So if you're the Rebels defense, you're trying to keep everything in front of you, nothing over the top for our safeties. If you think back to the state championship game last year where it was a 3-score game where Monticello was able to drive the ball down the field, but they took 6 minutes off the clock. And that was big in allowing the Rebels to clinch the game there. Same principle here as Dyrig under center. Sends a man in motion. They're going to give to Pickett on the outside. As he tries to make a cut back, he is wrapped up. Good tackle there by Jet Holmes in open space. Brings up 3rd and 2. Rebels done a much better job defending that jet sweep to the outside. No pun intended there.
Well, when Jet does shut down the jet sweep on the other side, it works.
Yeah, a little forethought there. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. Ball has to get to the Rebel 48-yard line.
That shade's got to feel so much better than that sun.
Absolutely. Feels better up here. I imagine on the field it's probably about 20 degrees cooler than what it was about 15 minutes ago. Dyring under center. Send a man in motion. It's Knutson. As they're going to send him right back in motion the other way. They're going to hand it up the middle as Brock is hit, immediately taken down. Great play, Jordan Johnson right there.
Caught him in the backfield, and he went absolutely nowhere.
That'll bring up 4th down and 4. 7:59 left to go in the ball game.
No brainer on this one. You got to go for it.
Absolutely. For all intents and purposes, this could be the game.
Defensive coordinator Lex Cornea giving the signals to his defense.
I like to see the Bulldogs come on, a little more urgency. It's a 3-score game. It's not going to be easy, but it's still possible. Just as that clock continues to wind. You don't really have time to line up, and huddle every single play. Dyring under center. Whitlock the deep back. Send a man in motion. As they fake the handoff, Dyring's going to keep it himself. Cuts up the field, and he is close to the sticks. I think he has it. Pretty good play design as they've faked the end around there. The quarterback keeps it on the outside.
It's going to depend on the spot, but I would
venture to guess that's a first down.
Yeah, I'd say it's first down. Need the new NFL technology so you can see it before they have to bring the sticks out. They're going to measure.
Well, as they measure, it's a big play. This is a first down. Bulldogs still in this game. If it's a turnover on downs, you have to imagine with the amount of clock left and barring a turnover, unforeseen circumstance, to imagine it's probably going to be close to over. I do like the aesthetic, though, Rob, of bringing out the chains for a first down. There's nothing more climatic in football than the chain yank coming out and stretching that thing as far as they can and seeing whether it's a first down or not.
Well, I can't guarantee anything, but we will see if we can give you a better view of what they're trying to call.
That is very close. First down, Rebels. Wow. By less than an index card for sure.
2 links of the chain.
Wow. Rebels defense holds there. What a defensive stop. And, you know, that's a counter play that they haven't shown all day, and the Rebels defense is ready for that. It'll be 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 43-yard line. Looking to put an exclamation point on this one as they were marching last possession. They just turned it over. See what the Rebels come up with here. As Hoffman in the crew, break the huddle. They're going to send 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hoffman in the gun, Hudson Perry the back next to him. They're going to send 2 men in motion. Gets the snap, that's an illegal procedure. Pass is dropped as Perry's going to pick it up. That's an illegal shift against the Rebels.
Yeah, that's not our first game. A little bit of a snafu.
I do like they tried going back to Hudson Perry right away on a similar play, as it will be a penalty against Rich. Legal shift. But I like going back to the sophomore. He's had himself a good game both sides of the ball. He made 1 mistake on the fumble, and fumbles happen in football. The last thing you want to do is don't give him the ball and let him think about that the rest of the week. You can get the ball back into his hands, let him get tackled, let him get taken down. You know, give him that confidence back that has really shown on both sides of the ball as he's been an impact player for this Rebels team.
Going to bring up 1st and 15, but you now have 7:09 left in the ball game.
Rebels break the huddle, 1st and 15. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hoffman in the gun, Perry the back next to him.
And we're going to give the 5 yards back with an offsides penalty to the Bulldogs.
I thought he got back.
Yeah, the flag tossed.
I don't think any of the Rebels moved, and if they did move, it's because the player jumped into the neutral zone.
As a defensive lineman, you don't listen to the snap.
There's that ball. It's going to go right back to where it was, 1st and 10. A good hard count by the Rebels offense to draw a player off, get those 5 yards right back. Now 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line where we started about 30 seconds ago.
And you took up 10 seconds off the clock.
Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap. They're going to run the option to the right side. They pitch it to Perry out across midfield as a flag in the backfield. About in the area of holding as that 10-yard run looks like it's coming back.
Well, as smooth as this was running before, Aaron, we're starting to get some little bumps in the road here.
A little fatigue, I think, from the Rebels. A little fatigue against the offensive line there. It happens. Like we talked about, holding penalties when you're in the trenches. Sometimes you're blocking, that guy takes off, and your natural instinct is to try to grab him and hold him from going where he's going, and that's when it gets called. 1st and 20 coming up for the Rebels. 6:49 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Somehow, Rob, we are 5 yards further back from where we were 30 seconds ago. I mean, the clock continues to run, so for the Rebels.
That's the only nice thing about this is you are taking time off the clock.
Well, 1st and 20, let's see what they have drawn up here as Hoffman gets the snap, looking to throw. Steps up, fires deep down the right side as Smith battling for it on the far sideline. It's going to fall incomplete as he was double covered. Brings up 2nd and 20.
Are you surprised by that call, Aaron?
No, and I kind of like it too. I know the clock stops, but 3-score game, you trust your defense not to give up 3 touchdowns in 6:38. I think that's more looking to the future, especially when you get to 8-man football. You're going to get Daniel Smith on some one-on-ones, and if you can complete a jump ball against a double coverage, when you get to 8-man, Daniel Smith is going to have a lot easier time. As Hoffman gets the snap, he's going to run it to the left side. As he continues to stretch the run out, he's going to be wrapped up, taken down. As he picks up about 6 on the play, maybe 4. He'd be third down and about 14 left to go.
Braxton Pickett on the tackle, the one who is responsible for the Bulldogs' lone score in the ball game.
See what the Rebels draw up on 3rd and 14. They have to get the ball to Bulldog territory plus some. They got to get to the Bulldog 47. Ball spotted on their own at 43. Hoffman in the gun. He's got trips to his left, one receiver to the right. Hoffman gets the snap, looking to throw. Has time, loads, fires downfield, as that is going to be incomplete. As that ball looked like it was going to be picked off. Flag on the play.
This could be offensive pass interference. I think Dylan Wasden may have made a nice tackle from behind.
This is sometimes as a receiver, that's all you can really do. You stop the interception, allow your team to punt. But it kind of looked like just incidental contact at the top of the route. Yeah, it's going to be pass interference against Wasden. I imagine they'll take the result of the play, but hey, heads up play by Wasden. If you're beat, you're beat. You don't want to give them an interception and allow them to try to return it. Still a heck of a play, though, by Caden Whitlock, as he was able to wall Wasden off. I don't think Rebels realize it's 4th and 16 as the offense still on the field.
And looks like Coach Larson's going to send them back to huddle up. But our punter is not on the field, Aaron.
Or it looks like someone else is lining up to punt, as that is number 60 in the
Talon
backfield.
Pace.
Talon Pace. As I think we're going to get a timeout here by the Rebels. Indeed, we are. As you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels.
Welcome back inside the T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, as Fonsbeck back deep to kick. Stands on his own 25-yard line. Snap's good. Kick is in the air. As Pickett fields in the middle of a few Rebels, able to make a man miss. Got some space to the outside before he is pushed out of bounds in Rebel territory, as Daniel Smith pushes him out of bounds at about the Rebel 48-yard line, as he is a dynamic player in the open field.
Yeah, good pursuit by Daniel Smith on that one to run him out of bounds. Drake Weston giving chase as well.
5:33 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Rebels on top 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Able to run about 2 minutes off the clock in that drive. In a drive ultimately, Rob, that ends up being 3 plays.
Yeah, that's a lot of time for 3 plays.
I would say in the scorebook it's 3 plays. I think about 6 of them are ran.
Thanks to some nice penalties.
The big penalty on that last drive, the hold against the Rebels. And a lot of times a hold is hard to overcome in high school football, trying to get 20 yards in 3 plays. As Dyring drops back to throw, looking to throw right side. As that ball is nearly intercepted. As Dylan Wasden, I think, wish he could have that one back as it hit him right in the hands. Good defense from Hudson Perry as that forced Pickett to the outside. The throw hit Wasden right in the paws. Just couldn't bring it in.
Worst place to hit you, right in the hands. Yeah, gift wrapped for you, and unfortunately didn't come away with it.
Well, we've seen that a couple of times. The Rebels got away with one early on in the game.
That's true.
That would have been a huge momentum swing as that was on the opening touchdown drive.
And we mentioned before, Aaron, with the time on the clock, the Bulldogs have got to go to the air, so going to create more opportunities for the secondary.
They go trips to the right. Whoa. As that's going to be a jump. So I believe that was like Riker Kirk maybe. Nope.
Bailey Weston, I think, got a little bit anxious there.
Well, that happens. You know, a lot of the players on the field right now are not the starters for the Rebels defense, so just kids anxious to make a play. Just sometimes they have to stay put. They do the same blitz again. This time they're able to get the snap off as Dyring rolls to his right. He's got some space out across the right side as a nice run there from Dyring is going to move the sticks as he gets all the way across the 40 to about the 35-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 5:18 left to go in the ballgame.
Good pursuit by 75 Jack Wakefield from the Rebels.
Clock continues to wind. 5:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels defense trying to force them to use as much clock as possible. You know, for the Bulldogs are huddling up every play. That's in the advantage of the Rebels right now.
Eats more clock.
28-6 on the station on main scoreboard. Trips to the left. Dyring under center. Gets a snap, looking to throw to the right. Throws, has a man out there as that's dropped. As Pickett, to make that Slade Pickett and make that Brody Brock, couldn't haul that one in behind the line of scrimmage. As there was a Rebel there ready to tackle him. So that might have saved him a yard or two. 2nd down and 10, 4:41 left to go in the fourth quarter. And you have to remember, Rob, this is a new offense that these Gunnison Valley Bulldogs are learning. And I think, you know, that's one of the toughest things to do, new offense, try to go no huddle and hurry up. It's just something that you have to learn over repetition, where these Rebels have been running their offense for the better part of 3 years. That's why they can go hurry up. Most of them have the playbook memorized by now. As this is Knutson around the right side as he is hauled down by Hudson Perry as he makes the play after about 3 yards. Brings up 3rd down and about 7 with 4:30 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Rebels look to play against the Altamont Longhorns next week, Aaron, at home.
And just a reminder, that is an 8-man game, the first 8-man game of the schedule for the Rebels. Today's contest was 11-man. It'll be interesting to see, Rob, how they respond with going back and forth. They do that a couple times in their schedule. Dyring under center. Couple tight ends to the left side of the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in the backfield. So they're going to send a receiver, Pickett, in motion. They fake it to him as Dyring looks to throw. He's going to throw right side. That is off the hands of the big man Childs. Incomplete.
Aiden Weston, number 10, on the coverage.
And I can see the allure of that play right there. You get Childs in the open field. He is a big dude to try to pull down, especially for a safety in a corner.
Yeah, Childs had played on the line the last 2 years, so they've converted him onto the offensive side of the ball.
You know, as Bulldogs offense, you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the ball in space, try to get some motion, and they're trying to confuse the defense. And, you know, probably 4 weeks down the line, this offense is probably going to click a little bit better than it had today. Of course, they're going up against a pretty stout defense in the Rebels defense. Even in 11-man last year, there were some games that were pretty impressive on the defensive side. Trips to the left, Dyring under center. 4th down, gets the snap, dropping back to throw, looks to his left, rolling, trying to find a man, throws over the middle of the field. That is incomplete as we have a flag in the backfield. The intended target looked like that was Edwards. As it'll depend on the flag. Looks like they're talking to the Rebels sideline.
Got a hold.
As it'll be a turnover on downs. Rebels will take over from their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10 with 3:43 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Rebels look to salt this one away with the ball in their hands. As it'll be interesting to see who comes out on the field for this Rebels offense, as it looks like it's quite a few younger kids. No JV game today, so great to see some young kids get some reps. Still important reps for these young guys, though. Just because it's late in the game doesn't mean that these snaps aren't important. You don't want to give the Bulldogs the ball right back.
He didn't play last year. He's actually a wrestler.
Wilkes Weston will be the signal caller. As we are ready to go. Wyatt O'Malley in the backfield. Snap goes awry as the pile gets pushed back.
And
It's
it is
fumbled.
recovered by the Bulldogs.
Well,
Number 73, Wrigley Crouch with the recovery.
you know, these are JV kids playing against varsity kids still, but you have to take care of the ball a little bit better than that. It's unfortunate. But here comes the Rebels defense again. As it'll be 1st and 10, Bulldogs from the Rebel 32-yard line. Their best field position of the day. Rebels late getting some players on the field.
Other than when they got it on the 10-yard line.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So second best. Once again, not good at math. The snap they're going to give. Pickett looking to throw, fires, and that pass is a pretty good pass for a receiver. Nice catch there by Edwards down the sideline. He'll haul that into the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And, you know, the one thing that fumble does, Rob, is it kind of breathes life back into this Bulldog team in a game that looked like the nail hadn't been hammered home in the coffin, but you could start to put the markings down and place the X's where the nail would go. They can score a touchdown here. It's been an adventure for Rebel special teams throughout the day. As it's 1st and 10, ball placed on the Rebel 20-yard line. Dyring under center. Gets the snap, is going to throw to his right, throws immediately, has a man out there. It's Newton, makes a nice catch at the line of scrimmage, is able to cut it upfield for about 10 yards, taken down by Wasden over on the sideline, as that's a touchdown saving tackle for Wasden. Will bring up 2nd down and 1 from the 11-yard line.
And he gets out of bounds, stop the clock.
(28-6) on the Station on Main scoreboard. Dyring under center. 2 backs in the backfield. It's Whitlock and Childs. Gets the snap. They're going to roll right. Throws immediately. Has Pickett out in the flat. Makes one man miss before he is hauled down by a whole host of Rebels, as they're still rallying to the ball hard on the outside.
22, Tony Maldonado with the stop.
It'll be a loss of 1 on the play. That's a great job there. I believe that was Perry to make the initial stop, force him upfield, and then Maldonado finishes it off. As that's a good job again by the Rebels, just gang tackling. You know, sometimes it's not going to be only one man making the play. Sometimes it's a whole host. 3rd down and 2. Dyring under center. 2:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Send a man in motion. They're going to give to that man in motion as it's Knutson. He's hauled down by Talon Pace. Not before he gets the 1st down. That would bring up 1st and goal with 2:06 left to go in the fourth quarter. 28-6 as the clock winds under 2 minutes left to play. Rebels with a late substitution.
Paxton Nicolademus into the ball game.
As they're going to give around the left side, this is Ryder Coates into the end zone for a touchdown. 1:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs score a touchdown, 28-12, currently pending the extra point. 1:43 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Game's not over. Seen crazier things happen in football. Bulldogs are going to go for 2. Try to make this a 14-point game. Dyring under center. Whitlock the deep back. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Dyring gets the snap. They send Pickett in motion. They're going to fake it to him. Looking to throw to the back of the end zone. That is
out of the hands.
Incomplete. 1:43 left to go, 28-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As we're going to take one final commercial break as there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's being waved off. As the penalty is declined, as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels Varsity Football Team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside the T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels Varsity Football Team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Kickoff coming with a minute and 43 left to go, 28-12 on that Station on Main scoreboard. Still work to be done for the Rebels team here. You want to recover this kick as they have one man back deep. That's Weston.
You've got Easton Nieborn, Caden Nelson, Dylan Fonsbeck, Hudson Perry, and Carter Grohl on that front line waiting for this kick.
And Kyle Keith looks like he's teed the ball up and ready to go. Rebels have 10 men within 20 yards of the line of scrimmage. Keith, hand in the air, kicks it away as he's going to kick it towards the sideline. As that one bounces a couple of times, Smith will fall on it on the Rebel 20-yard line. Pretty good kick there from Keith. I thought that ball was going out of bounds off his foot. It's kind of the idea, though, with a minute 43 left. You have to get the ball deep in Rebel territory. That's a pretty good design play there from the Bulldogs. Just a better play by Smith to run back and fall on it.
And then this time we learned from our mistake from before.
Rebels offense, still the young guys.
Are we going to see your favorite formation, Aaron?
Minute 43 left. They have a timeout. I think they might have to pick up a first down. Looks like it's Jet Holmes on the field. Holmes in the gun. O'Malley the back to his right. Holmes gets the snap. He's going to run it to the right side. Cuts it back up the middle of the field. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Still continuing to run out across the 30-yard line to about the 34 to be a 1st and 10 as Holmes picks it up with his legs.
Now you could go for your favorite formation, Aaron.
That clock continues to wind under a minute 30 left to go. 28-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Holmes in the gun. Got a back to his right. Gets the snap. He's going to keep it up the middle. Quarterback lead. Breaks to the right-hand side. Still on his feet. Cuts it back up the middle. Out across the 45 to about the 46 where he's hauled down. Will bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Rebels offense.
Daxton Knutson, number 8, on the stop.
As here comes the starting offense for the Rebels. This will signal victory formation as the clock winds under 50 seconds left. Rebels only have to snap the ball one more time as they salt away an opening week victory on the road here at Gunnison Valley High School. As the Rebels on both facets of the game, offense and defense, very impressive here to start the season. Hoffman under center, surrounded by his mates, gets the snap, puts that knee in the dirt, as that'll do it for us here. In game 1 of the season, the Rebels come on the road. They take an 11-man victory here at Gunnison Valley High School As I'm Aaron Poling, that's Rob Leifson. I want to thank you so much for joining us as that clock winds down to 10 seconds. Both teams making their way to the sideline, as that'll do it for us here, but we'll wait for the official horn before we go to break. 2 seconds left to go, and that will do it as the Rebels officially walk away with the victory as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Welcome inside the Independent Software Solutions postgame show as it's time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap 113 Front Street. In Evanston, where fast meets fresh every single day. Get your gourmet sub at Jimmy John's today. This is all part of the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. For that, we turn it over to Rob Leifson.
Aaron, this one jumps off. The Bulldogs take the opening kick, and what we did not understand at the time, but an indicator of what the Rebel defense is going to do this year, a 3-and-out. As the Bulldogs have to punt, the Rebels put together a long drive, 70 yards, capped off by Carter Hoffman's 6-yard run into the end zone. The Bulldogs get the next possession and another punt and another long drive by the Rebels, puts them up 15-0 with a 2-point conversion. An interception by the Rebels gets the ball back. The Rebels give a punt, and Gunnison takes advantage of a high snap on a punt, gets the ball on the Rebel 10-yard line, but an interception again shuts down the offense, and time runs out in the end of the first half, 15-0. Rebels we were hoping to see a strong drive to start the second half, but unfortunately a miscue on the special teams. Nobody recovers the kick but the Bulldogs, and they take over, but once again the Rebel defense shuts them down, and the Rebels turn around with a score by Drake Weston, and from 30 yards out makes it 21-0. And Braxton Pickett 70-yard kickoff return to get the Bulldogs on the board. Turnover on downs by the Rebels, and Gunnison has to punt, and Carter Hoffman puts another one into the books, a 7-yard run, and Gunnison returns with a punt. Rebels fumble, and at that point, this thing got very sluggish, and the clock does not seem to want to run, but the Bulldogs do finish it off with a 6-yard run by Ryder Coates.
Yep.
Makes it 28-12, and the Rebels walk away with their first win of the season on the road.
That is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap as part of the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. 28-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. When we come back, we will give you your precision play of the game. Brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankum as you're watching a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Welcome back inside the welcome back inside a T7 Propane presentation of 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, 28-12 on the station on main scoreboard. It is time for the the Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Play the Game on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. And Rob, after a lengthy, heated discussion, not really heated, but we discussed a couple of plays, and what did we come up with?
Well, let's give it to Jet Holmes on the pick at the goal line that kept the Bulldogs out of the end zone and off the scoreboard in the first half, where we had just turned the ball over deep in our own territory. That seemed to be a momentum killer right there.
Absolutely. That interception, if they score, it's now a one-possession game going into halftime, and that would have made the kickoff that the Rebels didn't recover to start the half, and it made it that much bigger. But that play by Holmes, we also want to mention the 30-yard scamper by Drake Weston as he broke a tackle in midfield. That touchdown ends up being the game-winning touchdown, as that score is what pushed the Rebels over the edge. As when we come back, we'll have your Crawford Troth Player of the Game on a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Make your day even better by indulging in delectable, freshly prepared classics at the Crawford Trough. Come enjoy succulent cheeseburgers, rich raspberry shakes, crispy onion rings, or golden fries, and pair it all with our exclusive River Bridge soda. For another favorite, try a grilled chicken wrap or a yummy twisted ice cream cone. Make the perfect dining experience with our delightful Crawford Trough staff. Treat yourself to something delicious from the Crawford Trough in Randolph.
Woodruff Corner Store is hometown convenience. Now serving ice cream or shakes from our new soft serve machine. And remember, you can always stop in for a fountain drink with all your favorite mix-ins. Summer hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Back to a T7 Propane presentation of the 2024 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. Also on 98.3 KDQ, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network, 28-12 on the station on main scoreboard, as it is time for the Crawford Troth Player of the Game on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. And for that, Rob, who is it?
Well, we talked in the opening pregame show, though we were having some technical difficulties, Aaron, so I'm not sure how many of our nice fans heard the discussion, but one of the keys of the game was to use our experience. You're bringing back a quarterback, Carter Hoffman, who has had a lot of learning along the way. We could go back and talk about some of the bumps in the road, but those are paying off now as you have a very experienced quarterback. Ran for over 1,300 yards last year, starts the season off, 22 carries for 101 yards and 3 touchdowns. We wanted to give him a fourth, but the referees said he was not in on that fourth one, but I would say he set the tone for this one, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but played well up front in the linebacker slot as well.
Absolutely. That is your Crawford Troth Player of the Game. It is time for a Woodruff Corner Store calendar update on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. And our next broadcast will be next week, as the Rebels will play at home against the Altamont Longhorns, as that game will be at 4 o'clock.
Yep, at 4 o'clock kick, and I'm not sure on the time on the volleyball game with South Summit if we'll be able to sneak in both of those or not, but no JV game on that one. Altamont has sent word that they're not going to do a JV game, but Coach Larson was able to find a game with Wasatch High School's freshman team on Thursday night, try to give the younger players a chance to get some experience. So 4 o'clock kick on Friday against the Longhorns, and that will be 8-man in region.
And that will do it for us here from Gunnison Valley High School. A beautiful setting for a high school football game, 28-12. And Rob, we're just so happy that high school football is back. Fortunately, you got to wait another week for another game as the Rebels will take on Altamont at 4 at Rich High School. Until next time, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.